Hi, Courtney.
Hey, Stephanie.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
We have a different kind of process today. We got something different going on today.
What do we got going?
We have a friend with us today.
Who is it?
We have Josh from Four Nerds by Nerds podcast. Hi, Josh.
Hi. Yay.
Yay. So
We're
excited.
so happy you're here.
I've been pumped like all week to do that.
Oh my gosh.
No pressure, no pressure, no pressure.
It's gonna be great. I'm so happy. I love this show.
Thanks,
Josh. We like your show too.
Thanks.
So what's everybody drinking? Well, we busted out our canned wine.
Well,
again.
yeah. We
Our day drinking. I have the Southern Peach that I'm most of the way through. So this episode's going to get interesting.
I have the rosé bubbles.
Yeah.
Rosé bubbles.
Mhm.
Day drinking.
What's the verdict?
I mean, I really can't taste it.
Oh, still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have, I still can't taste or smell for a lot of it. This flavor I couldn't. I could taste last week's.
You should drink canned wine all the time.
I really no. I would not be a productive citizen if I drank this all the time.
They just look like vanilla Coke cans on the can.
Oh my god, look at that. Yeah.
They kind of do.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And
good
then,
time.
and then we have a third one to share, which is the watermelon rosé one for when we finish these. We'll just,
Let me tell you, these little babies are strong.
yeah, they're a lot. What are you drinking, Josh?
What you drinking over there?
I'll do a little promo because
Ooh.
my first time on the show and I was very excited. So I'm wearing my Terrified and Tipsy t-shirt.
Yay!
I have my couch blankie. Halloween.
Oh, I love it.
And
I mean,
then
highly
So on
appropriate.
brand.
I have my stemless They're Terrified and Tipsy wine glass.
Yay!
With grapes.
With frozen grapes.
Grapes. And then
Oh
I
my
went to the store
God.
today and I specifically bought a can of wine called
Did you?
House Wine Rosé.
Oh my
For
God, I'm speechless.
$6 for one can.
This is too much. I'm so excited.
So, what's the alcohol? Oh, no. Oh, was that a cracking?
I heard it.
It was. I opened it
It's
up. for it.
legit.
Let's see.
What's the alcohol in that one?
12%.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Ours is
We're on the same boat as you.
You might want to sip it. I've
Courtney's learned the hard way.
the last couple of episodes,
Uh-huh.
they're gonna be rough.
Mhm.
They're gonna be rough. So
Yeah.
I decided to slow it down so that I can actually like be coherent.
Get through it.
Just got to get through it, right? Look how
It looks
pretty
like
that is.
It looks like a glass with the most amount of olives ever.
Got some toothpicks in there.
Well,
You can get your
cheers.
very own at tipsypod.com right now.
Yes, you can.
You are repping tonight.
It's fantastic. Speaking of tipsypod.com, let me do an awkward segue into more things you can find on tipsypod.com. Besides just stemless wine glasses, there's more merch there. We have new shirt designs. We've got all types of shit on there. So everybody needs to go to tipsypod.com and get all different types of swag for Tipsy Pod on there.
Yeah.
On that website also is our Patreon. Our
We
new
do have
Patreon.
Patreon.
Uh-huh.
I'm so excited.
So the video for this recording that we're doing with Josh will be on Patreon. So why would you not pay $7 to watch us hang out with our buddy Josh?
right.
Yeah.
You can see his beautiful face. Look at
I'm
it.
gonna be on
Look at
Patreon.
And then there's also other ways to support our show. You can buy us a glass of wine from buymeacoffee.com. $3 goes a long way, and $1 of that goes to the Humane Society. So
Which is, I love it.
we like the puppies and
We
the
love
kitties.
the puppies. Yes.
And then, Josh, what about Four Nerds by Nerds?
What you
Where can
doing?
everybody find you, and what kind of swag can they buy?
Because we got some.
Hell yeah, I'm wearing my shirt right now.
Wine tastes so horrible. I just want you to know.
Oh no! Yeah, canned wine is not always the best.
Well, we've lived and learned.
does it taste like aluminum?
I don't know. I don't like it to begin with, so it just kind of tastes like shitty wine.
Oh no!
But
I hope you have a backup of some sort over there.
yeah, I'm gonna chew on these grapes when I get into them.
Got to do what you got to do.
When you guys are talking, I'll be munching on frozen grapes. But yeah, we have tons of cool merch on our Threadless store, fmbn.threadless.com. You can find a whole bunch of designs there. Yeah. Is that what you got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody go on Threadless
Yeah.
and buy some FMBN shirts.
Where else can they find you?
More than shirts. You could get a bath mat or
A
shower.
bath mat?
Yeah, it
Do
has.
we need a bath mat?
You can get socks,
No.
hoodies, all sorts of stuff. Magnets. There's like everything. There's literally like a billion different things you can pick.
Right.
That's pretty cool. It's like you're showering with your listeners.
That's awkward.
Or
No, we're showering with
intimate. Yeah, we're getting intimate.
him. I mean, everybody has their thing.
And you're on all the social medias, so we can find you on there too.
Yeah, we are FMBN Podcast on Twitter. We are also FMBN, the number 4 and the letter U on Facebook and Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And
if people aren't following you already, shame on them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's wrong with them?
Yeah, come on, people. I'm
How
on
dare
Patreon.
you.
I'm important.
Everybody who has Patreon is important, right?
Yes, we have feelings.
Oh, okay.
Too much.
Too much.
Too much. Okay.
Too much.
Things escalated quickly.
Yeah, they did. They normally do.
I'm gonna take a hard pull off of this, and you're not gonna like my face.
Oh, I can't wait.
I can't wait.
Oh god.
It's like you're gonna throw up.
Maybe we should have sent him some wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should. You know what? Next time.
Next time we do this, we'll get you the same canned wine we're drinking. It'll be better. Can't guarantee it'll be the best wine,
No.
but it'll be better.
Well, we're kind of lazy. And canned wine, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When I was looking at the
He's
shelf,
like, yeah.
so this is like a 4 or 6 pack for this price, and I was like, oh no, it's just one single can.
They're proud of it.
Yeah, apparently. All right, so should we hop into what we watched this week?
I think we should.
So obviously our typical format is that we watch the movie separate and talk about it together. Well, Josh did the same thing with us. So all 3 of us watched, and now we're going to just get through it together. What did we watch, Courtney?
Oh my gosh. We watched Saw. The
Yeah.
original Saw, 2004.
Yeah. How did everybody feel about it?
Well, okay. I'll start.
Okay.
I don't really get bothered by scary movies. That's just kind of who I am.
Uh-huh.
I can disconnect pretty good to be able to like watch a movie and it not affect me.
Okay. But this
This goddamn movie,
one?
it affected me. And it's hard. This movie was hard for me. It legitimately was. Thank you, Josh, because he's the one that chose it.
Uh-huh. We gave Josh like 6 options and he's like, Saw. Like, oh,
God
damn it. We should have given that as an option.
It's like he knew.
I know. He knows us too well.
I know.
What'd you think, Josh?
It wasn't as scary as the first time I saw it. Like
Okay.
it was.
How long has it been?
I saw it probably like right after it came out, and then I
Okay.
probably rewatched it in like 2007. So yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
been a while, but it's one of those things. Like once you know everything, it doesn't.
Sure.
Right.
There
Yeah.
you go.
So I
Kind of
get
spoils it a little bit. Yeah.
Had you never
Um,
seen this, Courtney? You like?
it. I haven't seen.
You
No, I hadn't seen this one.
Shit.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you picked a good one.
Yeah, I
picked a very
I had
good one.
I had seen some clips from it, but I don't even know if it was from this one. Like I might have been because there's like
There's a
however many,
bunch
like
of 'em,
6,
yeah.
7, 7 of them. I don't know.
Yeah. There's like I think the newest one is technically like the 9th one.
Wow.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen that one either.
That won't happen.
Yeah, no. I have watched I think clips of some of them, but I don't even know which one it was. I don't even know if it was this one. I do remember the bathroom scene, but I think that was just kind of like an iconic type thing.
just
So
sticks in
it
your memory or
wasn't.
something. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So I may have just remembered
There
it.
are far more gruesome movies in this franchise, but this is definitely like the scariest. The rest of them aren't. They're just like,
Gory.
yeah, just have you kind of being like, ooh, like the whole time, like, oh,
Just
that would hurt.
cringing.
Just-
uh,
I can't do gore. I don't like unnecessary gore. And there wasn't actually a whole lot in this one. This one was legitimately like scary, like what's gonna happen.
yeah, because it was a mind fuck. The whole movie. It
Yeah.
was just psychological, just torture.
How did you do, Steph?
I think it's pretty obvious to say I fucking hated it. I'm not. So there's a point in my notes, and this is a first for me. I just don't have any more notes. Like,
Did you like end the movie with no notes, or like you just like skip the middle?
No, I have like the beginning through like most of the way through the movie, and then it just stops. And then I just got caught up in what's happening, and I was uncomfortable, and I was just upset and angry, and I was like, Courtney's got me. It's fine. I just don't know what's happening. I don't think I could do it. Courtney usually has good notes. I'll just, it's good. It's fuck it. I'm fine.
Would you like to see my notes?
Yes.
It says Saw, and then I realized I didn't need to take notes for this one.
Okay.
You got it all up here, don't
Oh,
you?
man. He's feeling really confident because even when I watch a movie, I'm not going to remember that shit.
No. It
I
comes back a
literally-
little bit as we talk about it, but
I just finished this like right before we started recording. So
me too. Me too. Well, and I knew it was going to be bad because I was texting Courtney this morning and I was like, did you watch it yet? Because I hadn't watched it and I was like trying to get like a temperature gauge. And Courtney's like, yeah, for the first 20 minutes, it's been fine, 20 minutes in, not that bad. And then she texts me a few minutes later and she's like, you're not going to like this. And I'm like,
It was like 25 minutes in.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, it's gone downhill.
yeah.
You're fucked.
Even though the movie, I think, starts off kind of strong as far as like shit happening.
Yeah.
But okay.
It was a lot.
I didn't like it at all. And I'm going to put my feet down about watching more of them. I'm not doing it.
We're not doing it.
Thank you.
We're not doing it.
Thank you.
I didn't want to watch this movie to begin with.
Josh, we're
What
not
if-
doing it anymore.
what if I were to tell you Donnie Wahlberg shows up in the sequels? Does that?
Oh,
That doesn't intrigue
Doing
me.
it
I don't know. I am intrigued.
It's just because the New Kids on the Block? Is that why?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't judge me.
I love Donnie Wahlberg.
I mean,
doesn't?
of the Wahlbergs, yes, I would go that route too. But no, I would
Okay.
not be intrigued by it at all.
Well, would you like to give everybody the IMDb
synopsis. Okay.
That was jacked up.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You started it this time, so it threw us off a
I
little
know.
bit. It's
No,
fine.
it threw you off. It threw me off too. Maybe
We
you should
warned
try it again.
Josh. We warned you. Okay. We ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Two strangers awaken in a room with no recollection of how they got there and soon discover their pawns in a deadly game perpetrated by a notorious serial killer.
I'm sorry, what?
Serial killer.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, it makes sense now
Yeah,
because
it does. It's all accurate.
last week it didn't.
But
I'm
I
like,
mean, it kind of did.
well, I knew that they were in a room.
Yeah.
In
All
a,
right.
in a dirty bathroom. That's
It
the
was
the worst
gross.
place.
And then
you
their
could be.
condition got like grosser and grosser.
Yeah.
Just from like the dirt in the room. Not even like things happening in the room, just like lots of like dust and like poop.
Yeah.
And just okay.
Dust and poop.
Just a lot of dust and poop.
Dust and poop. That's it. Okay.
All right, Courtney, get us started.
All right. So we see a. What was
It's,
that?
it's Dustin pooping.
Dust and poop. I think that was Juno.
But Juno's not in here.
Okay. Well, I don't fucking know then.
That's weird.
My house
'cause
is
Callie
haunted.
didn't say anything.
I
Okay.
don't know. Let's see if I can
All right.
see
So
this
we
here.
see a face in the water. And then we see something with like a light. I thought it was like swimming around, but it was just, I think, like a light.
It's just
like
like attached to
a
yeah, like
key.
a chain.
Okay.
Mhm.
So he wakes this guy that's in the water. He wakes up in this really dirty bathroom, and the water
Uh-huh.
drains out of the tub, and he realizes that he's chained to like a pipe that's outside this
Yeah,
tub.
next to the tub.
He's panicked and he starts yelling for help. And then there's another man that's in this dark room with him. He starts like yelling, and he says really quietly to him. He says, "There's no point in yelling."
Did you recognize that second guy
Yeah, I did.
from like Wesley from Princess Bride, Robin Hood Men Tights?
Oh God.
No,
Here we go.
right?
Here we fucking go. Yes.
Carrie Ells.
Okay. Well, do you want to know what I referred to him as my notes the entire time?
Princess Bride.
Wesley.
Wesley.
Okay.
I even have my notes as Dr. Wesley in certain parts.
It's not Dr. Wesley.
Okay, well, tell my notes it's not Dr. Wesley because it is. It's definitely Dr. Wesley.
The other man, aka Dr.
Dr.
Wesley.
Wesley. Yep.
Okay. He basically tells him, he's like, there's no point in yelling. He's already tried it. And he like seems really defeated.
And it's apparently really stinky in that room.
Well, why wouldn't it be? There's
Yeah.
like things growing out of the walls and stuff.
And like poop.
We'll get there. So he asks like where he is to this other guy, and he says like, I don't know where we are.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden the lights come on because
Why not?
Oh, his name is Lawrence.
Who, Wesley?
No, Lawrence.
Wesley,
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So Lawrence, he turns on the lights to the room. Everybody's eyes start focusing, and then he sees like they see there's like a dead man in the middle of the floor
Yeah.
with a gunshot wound to his head.
Yeah.
And one hand he has a gun, the other hand he has a recorder. Of course he does.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting the guy in the middle of the room. The smell makes sense on top of other things. Kind of at this point.
Yeah.
But I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah. Well,
Mm-hmm.
Josh, did you expect that? I mean, did
You
you?
had seen it.
Yeah.
You had seen it.
Having seen this movie, I very much expected the dead man.
They're like, what's that smell? You're like, there's a guy in the middle of the room.
A really gross toilet, like 2 feet away.
It's the toilet.
It's the toilet.
It's the toilet.
1,000% the toilet.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
All right. So the doctor, Lawrence, his name is Lawrence Gordon.
Mm.
Dr. Wesley.
Dr. Wesley.
Thank you, Josh.
Uh-huh.
Let's get it right.
He introduces himself and
He asked.
I can't type in my notes.
This
so
is
I
going
was
to
trying
happen
to
a lot, Josh.
Yeah.
So just be patient with
My
us.
sentence didn't make sense. Okay, so Lawrence Gordon, he introduces himself, and then the other guy that has been talking this whole time that was under the water,
Mhm.
he calls himself very fucking confused, aka Adam. So they swap stories
Mhm.
about like kind of what they last remember, which is basically nothing at this point.
Yeah. He said that he remembers that he fell asleep in his shithole apartment and then woke up in an actual shithole, is what Adam said, which
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed.
Well, it's true. There was shit in the toilet.
It was, it was bad.
I don't know if I would have put, well, I guess I might have put my hand in that
Nope,
toilet.
I would not. We'll get there.
No.
No, there's no way.
I don't know. I think it's too soon.
That is my saw trap right there. you don't
You're like,
have-
poop? No.
When that whole part happened, my first. No, go ahead. Sorry.
My saw trap is in the second one because there is a pit full of syringes and I don't do needles. So that I was like, nope. You've searched my nightmares.
You found it.
You found it. Okay, great. Yep. Moving on. All right. So Lawrence starts talking like an investigator, which he's a fucking doctor. So
Right.
I don't even know why he's like thinking about different things, and maybe he's just like a
His
smart
assumptions
guy,
are suspicious in the beginning.
right.
Yeah, he sounds a little bit sketchy in the beginning.
Yeah, I agree.
I
But
think
he's
it's
like-
probably because he's faking his American accent.
I thought so too. Because you can
Oh.
tell when he gets angry at parts that he's like really suppressing his accent.
Yeah, I didn't even think
Yeah.
about that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So he starts talking and he's like very dapper. And I feel like he should have like this pinstripe suit with like a fedora cocked on his head with a cigarette like in his mouth. That's kind of how I envisioned him. And he says that they need to figure out why they're there.
Yeah.
And he notices like a brand new clock on the wall. And
Mhm.
Adam's like, so?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that about?
Uh-huh.
Like, I don't care if there's a clock on the wall.
Right.
So Lawrence tries to push the door that's like kind of near him. He kind of tries to push it open, and Adam searches his pocket and he finds a cassette,
Mhm.
a little tiny cassette.
I'm like, why are you putting all this energy into trying to open a door that you know is not going to open?
Well, maybe it will. You never know.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
did you see the chains that were on their legs?
That's what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah.
like, you're not going anywhere, buddy.
No.
Good try.
He's not.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. Okay, so when he pulled out the cassette out of his pocket, obviously it kind of drew my mind back to the cassette player that was being held in the middle of the room.
Yeah. By
With the dead guy?
Uh-huh.
And then Lawrence figures out that he has one too, with a key and a bullet,
In addition to a cassette tape.
in addition to the cassette tape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So they both try the key. The key doesn't work.
Yeah, because
their
they
shackles.
immediately assume that there'd be a key in their pocket for the lock that's on their ankles that are chaining them to pipes. Like, oh, well, this game must be over at this point. Like,
Right.
why would you automatically assume it's going to be for the chain on your ankle?
Yeah. Like I don't even
Stupid.
need the bullet.
Right.
Whatever.
Not
He's
yet.
like, I'm out of here. So I don't know what you're gonna do with the other guy because I'm not gonna give him the key.
Right, I got the key. Good luck, buddy.
I'm gonna swallow it.
Ugh, not from that one.
Not from that
Nope.
room. Nope. All right. So Adam uses his shirt he took off his shirt and he uses like the drain plug chain thing to try to get the cassette player to
Because
put the
the
little
dead
cassette
guy in the
there.
middle of the room is like just out of reach of them to like get the cassette player out of his hand. So they're trying to like find different things in the room to like get the cassette player and bring it to them. So he uses his shirt and attach something else, and they like fishing for this cassette player.
Right.
Okay.
Well, he gets it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He pulls it towards him. He listens to it was Adam. Adam
Adam's
gets
first,
it. Yeah, Adam gets it. He puts the cassette in the recorder, and he calls or he says, "Wait a minute." I don't know what does he say?
He basically was saying, "Are you going to watch yourself die today, or are you going to do something about it?" Was
that's
kind
what
of
it
the
is.
gist. There's a little bit more to it, but that was the gist of what the recording is. It's this like older guy who sounds kind of creepy as shit on the video, on the recorder itself. I mean,
all right. So Adam gives the recorder over, or actually, Adam asks Lawrence to give him his tape because he's not going to give him the recorder because he doesn't want to break it. And then he listens to the tape, and this. Well, now we figured out was Jigsaw. I don't even know what to call him at this point. It's just voice
it's just
on the
voice.
recorder.
Yeah.
Tells him that he has been the person. That he's been the
You got it, Courtney. You're good.
He's a person.
He's a person. He's a person. He has been the person that people are going to die from, basically, and he's going to die himself. So his goal in the game is to kill the guy that's in the room with him.
Right.
And remember that X marks the spot.
Mm-hmm.
And if Lawrence doesn't die by 6 p.m., then his wife and daughter will.
Yeah. And then like Lawrence, Wesley's tape has a shit ton more information than Adams does. Like Adams is like, "Sorry, buddy, you may die. You probably will." And then like Wesley's has a fuck ton of information. He's like,
"Yeah,
hey, bud, things are going to happen.
We're BFFs.
We have your wife and daughter. Here are some clues for our game. Tell Adam if you want, because we're keeping him in the dark." And then it's like ends when he like rewinds it, replays it a couple times, and raises the volume, and he hears like a whisper on the tape saying, "Follow your heart."
Yes.
How did he hear that the first time?
I don't know. Because I wouldn't have. Because I would be so panicked at that point that I would be just a fucking wreck.
I would just like throw the cassette.
He's a doctor, Stephanie.
Oh, he pays attention to detail. Got it. Okay.
Oh, that's not us.
No.
No.
He's like, "Wait, there's got to be more clues. Let me investigate." And I'm like, "Fuck this tape."
Smash it against the wall. Yeah.
It was like, "Wait a second, there's more information." I'm like, okay.
All right. So they got the heart thing.
Mm-hmm.
So the follow the heart, which is on this like nasty ass toilet.
Yeah. The heart is on the tank of the toilet.
It's really gross. Which
written in poo.
Yeah.
Well,
and
I mean, what else would you do?
They're like, "You got to get into the toilet." And I really had a hard time with the problem of like their first thought was be like, put your hand in the nasty bowl of the toilet, not the tank. I'm like, what are we doing here, guys? My first thought would have been like, "I'm not touching that shit." Literally.
Who's going to touch it?
Adam did.
Oh, yeah. Well, he did.
Immediately. He didn't even hesitate.
No hesitation. He's like, "I got to put my hand in this shit." Okay.
He dove like elbow deep.
And he really did. He's like, "I can't feel anything solid in there." Okay.
And then he's like, "Wait a second, maybe the tank." And I'm like, "Yes, guys, let's stop for a second and let's put this together."
Yeah. Well,
the heart was on the tank.
Maybe it was a guy.
He didn't even wash his poo arm off in the tank.
No, he didn't.
Was like, "Still got shit all over me."
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
He has a tub, and obviously the water worked, right?
Yeah.
So
well, I don't know. He was in it with water. I don't know.
Well, I guess it drained.
That tank of the toilet's full of water. Pour that all over your fucking arm.
Squish your hand in there a little bit.
That's true.
Get
You're right.
the shit off your hand.
Get the shit off.
That's how COVID started.
Thanks, Saw. Now we're in a pandemic.
Okay, so they check the tank, or Adam checks the tank, and he finds 2 hand saws that are like wrapped in a black plastic bag, and he kind of chunks the black plastic bag. Oh my God, I was having a hard time there.
Canned wine.
Okay, throw it into the tub, and he kind of throws one of the saws over to Lawrence, and keeps one for himself. And of course,
he kind of notices there's something else in the plastic bag too, because he like opened the bag and saw the 2 like hand saws, whatever, automatically, and then like quickly, your face every time you take a sip of that wine, it is so funny.
I'm just working my way to the grapes.
You're like, you know what? I have a goal. I'm gonna make it.
I will deal with it.
I need that sweetness at the bottom of the cup.
You poured a lot in that cup too.
Yeah, I'm really proud.
You're committed to it.
You really don't have to drink it, Josh.
I'm doing
He's like, "Shut up! I'm doing it.
Shut up about it."
I'm here to play. I know the rules of the show.
Yeah, we were like, rule number 1, you must drink.
Yes.
Need
Doesn't
to
matter
get
what it is, though.
little lid on canned wine, and then we're gonna have
You will. It's going to happen. Just
That sounds good.
Just chug it. It's fine. Is that the whole can or is that the half a can? Look at his face.
It's the whole can?
yeah, this whole thing.
Okay.
Oh,
The grapes within my reach. I see that.
Okay. They're almost there. They're almost
you're
there.
a champ. You're a champ.
Need a break.
Okay, so they each try with their hand saws. They try to cut the chains that are like 4 inches thick. It
Right.
feels like, and obviously they can't do that.
Just like the key. It's not that easy.
Yeah,
It's not
and
going to happen like that.
Lawrence goes down the rabbit hole of, oh, well, I guess he probably just wants us to cut off our feet. Okay. That escalated very quickly from not being able to cut the chain.
You've gotten like 2 clues so far, guys.
Okay.
He's a doctor, Courtney. He knows.
Oh my God.
And he's a surgeon. So if anybody's going to cut off their own foot, it's going to be him. He's going to know what's up at least.
Well,
Dr. Wesley will figure this out.
in my notes, I call him pessimistic Lawrence.
Did you misspell Wesley in your notes?
Nope.
It looks like
Wesley?
you
No,
did.
no.
Yeah, that's spelled wrong.
No,
That's
it's Lawrence.
Goddamn autocorrect switches it.
every time. Every time.
And the sad thing is that I didn't go through here and like correct my autocorrect or like my lines under my
Little
words that I
squiggles.
fucked up.
Yeah.
So good luck with that. I've already fucked up, so it's fine. All right.
It's a normal episode then. It's fine.
So Lawrence thinks that he was part of like a murder, or he was investigated or questioned about a murder, that he thinks that this is probably because of him. And I'm like,
yeah, he's
"Ugh.
having like a flashback. And again, it's just like he knows so much about like everything. Like we're in this flashback of where there's this serial killer that they're calling Jigsaw. And there are 3 detectives who go and like see this guy caught in razor wire. Do you know who one of the detectives were, Courtney?
I don't know his real name.
His real name is Danny Glover.
Okay. Well, his name is something.
Danny Glover.
No.
Yeah.
It's Tap.
Danny Glover. It's fine.
Okay.
So he's one of the detectives.
I can't win. Literally, if there is like a famous person in these movies, it's their character name. Or
I didn't
their
even
real
know
name.
Wesley's real name, and I did not bother to learn it because he was going to be Wesley the entire time.
Just to fuck with me is what you did.
You
His
make it
name
so-
is Roger Murtaugh from Lethal Weapon. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
She would have done that too.
I would have. If we were watching Lethal Weapon, I'd be like, Danny Glover. That's his name. Danny Glover.
I can't.
The entire time.
I give up.
I fucking love Danny Glover.
He was so good in this movie. I enjoyed his character.
Well, I'm glad you did.
Well, he
Well,
has a little
somebody
bit of an
did.
emotional roller coaster the entire movie, but it's okay.
Yeah, because he kind of went back and forth, and I'm like, I don't know if you're good, if you're bad, if you're part of it, if you're not. I don't know.
He went through a lot, ladies.
He's definitely emotionally
Okay,
unstable.
he definitely is emotionally
He has
unstable.
some trauma he needs to sort through and seek help for that he shouldn't be ashamed of. He
No.
needs to talk to somebody about some shit he's experienced.
That's true.
It's some
Instead of
heavy shit.
Cooping yourself up into a room with like obsessing about something.
Yeah.
Anything.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Put a pin in it.
So anyway, Danny Glover and some 2 other random who cares detectives are down in this like creepy ass basement looking thing, and they see this man who is just like suspended over the floor and just like tangled in this razor wire, like he died by bleeding out through all this razor wire.
Yeah.
It caught me a little off guard. Even though I knew they were going to see some weird shit, I wasn't expecting that. Like, in this movie, if you were like, okay, they go into a basement and they see a guy dead. How do you think he's dead? I would not be suspended above the floor by razor wire. No, would never be a guess in my mind.
Yeah.
Ever.
That's what happened. Are you
Yeah.
okay?
I mean, they said some
That
of his
was rough.
stomach acid was on the floor,
He
Courtney.
got cuts-
They said that.
You're like, stomach acid.
Definitely don't watch the sequels.
Yeah, she can't.
I will not. I will
No,
not.
I
You
won't.
couldn't either.
No, I can't.
If
Someone-
they're more gory than this one,
Put their hand down a tunnel, into
Stop
a
it.
saw blade, and cut all the way up their forearm, so their hand like flops open.
oh my god!
Is
Why
that
would
even a
somebody
thing?
put their hand in something
I
like that?
I
Because
don't
they
know.
had to like fill the chamber full of blood to weigh it down to unlock the door. So they all had to like shove their hands in.
So more than one person gets their entire arm sliced in half?
Yeah, it's like 5 people. It's real crazy.
Oh,
What?
okay. So how would you know that?
He's watched like all of them.
I know, but why would somebody think that 5? Like, if you're in a room full of 5 people,
I see what you're saying.
Why would they know that they have to all cut their hands in half?
I guess you got to keep going until it's like the door opens.
There's a creepy video with the little fucking puppet guy.
Jigsaw.
Gotta fill this thing up and
I'm sorry. What was
Get
that
this
again?
man more canned wine, please.
Can you please give us another clip of Jigsaw? That's great.
He's like, hey, you want to play a game? I read a little bicycle.
I don't
He
know.
sounds a little bit like Hulk Hogan too.
Hi, brother. You want to... I have squiggles on my cheeks.
Keep drinking, Josh. Keep drinking. You're almost there.
Get to those grapes.
Oh,
That's
the bottle.
amazing. Oh, good. Oh, get you some grapes there. Oh, wow. You got in there.
Are they good?
Victory grape.
Good
Got one.
job. Okay. So with this guy that died, his name was Paul,
Sure.
that got suspended with the barbed wire. He was supposed to get to the other side of
Ugh.
this and get out the door by a certain time.
Like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Otherwise, the door was going to close and it was going to become his tomb.
Yeah.
Okay.
He didn't make it.
No,
guys.
no, he didn't. He
I
was
feel like
literally.
He went about it the wrong way. He just kind of freaked out and tried to push his way through.
Would you not freak
Yeah.
out?
They showed like a flashback clip of him like, blah, and he's like
Yeah.
flailing.
I also had a hard time with Jigsaw's video to him that says he was a healthy man when this man was very...
Oh,
That's questionable. I
you
mean,
know what? You're right.
interpretation, I guess. But yeah. Is that your cat?
Yeah. Come here, buddy. You want some
We
grape?
have a visitor.
You want some great? They're
Everybody's getting tipsy on canned wine.
Aw,
Hi,
hey, kitty.
Hi, Hanky.
Oh,
so cute.
She's like, no pictures.
Gots to go.
No pictures.
Hi.
Okay, a baby.
He'll pop back up.
Like, I will be involved.
Okay, where were we?
The flammable guy.
Oh, I don't know if I have that in my notes because I just kind of skipped over it because I'm like, you're okay. You've got a guy that's with flammables. There's basically they're investigating several murders that weird things have happened.
Yeah.
And that the next person that they talk about,
Mhm.
basically he has to find a code in a safe because he's been
injected with this like poison.
yeah.
And like the antidote is in this safe in the middle of this room. And he has to figure out the code based on numbers on the wall. But literally every wall, floor to ceiling, everywhere is just got numbers written all over it. But to add to it, there's a couple little caveats there.
Yeah.
The entire floor is covered with just crushed up glass.
Yep.
He was naked, right? Full on naked,
Oh, yeah.
right? Yeah, totally right.
Yeah.
And
I
then
guess I missed that.
they didn't like show a whole lot, but they saw
I
him like
guess 'cause I just
scurrying a
didn't
little
care.
bit. He was
Whatever.
naked.
Yeah.
He didn't put his dong against the fucking camera.
He's like, Courtney, I'm naked.
I'm here.
Tap,
Look
tap.
at me. Doot, doot, doot.
And then he was covered in some type of, I don't know what, that's highly flammable. So the candle he had to use as his light source could also be his death, which it definitely
Oh, no, he
was.
got crispy.
Yeah.
He's
so
real crispy.
that's another way that someone under Jigsaw's just control died. So that's fun.
It's a great time.
Nope.
Jigsaw's a fucking piece of work.
They all did.
I have so much context to give you at the end of this episode.
I
For
can't wait.
why he does the things he does. It's in the
Is it too soon to talk about it? Too soon?
No. Yes. We'll get
Okay.
to it.
Oh,
We'll keep going.
no, yes. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So now we are back with Lawrence.
Mhm.
And before he was locked up. And
Who?
we see Lawrence.
Dr. Wesley.
It's not
You're
fucking
not going to
Dr.
win this
You
one,
know
Courtney.
what? Josh, whose side are you on here?
Clearly mine.
His name is Dr. Wesley Princess Bride MD.
I think it's Dr. Robin Hood Wesley.
Dr. Robin Hood Wesley.
Dr. Robin of Locksley Wesley.
We are never going to get through this episode. Never going to get through this episode.
We're like halfway through the movie.
Oh my God. It's Lawrence. We're going with Lawrence.
Well, I mean, you can mispronounce it the whole time. But that's
All right.
fine. Well,
Okay, you know what?
it's
That's
fine.
what I'm calling him, damn it. Okay. So when the 2 investigators visit him at his office, they
one
ask...
of them was Danny Glover again.
Okay.
'Kay.
Well, his name was Tap. Okay.
Sure.
So it's Tap and Singh. That was their...
I didn't know his partner's name.
Singh. Okay. So they asked him where he was the night before, and because they found his like pin light thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
No, that's what it was.
A
It's like
pin
a
light
pen with
thing?
like a light at the end of it. Because they found it at the crime scene by the flammable dude.
By the crispy
What
dude.
they eyeballs with?
Oh, that's what
He's
it was.
a doctor, Courtney.
Yeah, but no.
Dr. Wesley, Princess Bride, MD.
You know what? His name is getting longer as we're progressing.
You should be adjusting your notes. As
I
we go.
really should. It's going to take me a minute.
Just do
Oh my
like
God.
the corrective text where you just type in Lawrence and then that you want it replaced with Dr. Wesley, Princess
That
Bride.
That would work
MD.
if Lawrence was actually spelled right in my notes. So
You're doing it on purpose now, is what you're saying.
maybe.
'Kay.
Whatever. All right. So yeah. So they're investigating him now.
Mhm.
So Lawrence's lawyer, I think it was, talks to him and asks him where he was that night. And he hesitates, and he said, and it kind of sounds like maybe he was having a little bit of an affair.
Yeah, it'd be a little shady for sure.
A little shady.
Mhm.
So
With that
then we
nurse that was giving him sexy eyes.
She sure
Oh,
was.
She was all up
She was
in it.
eye fucking him the whole time he was talking about some patient.
Yeah, she didn't even know what he was talking about.
Nope.
To be fair, though, the other male doctor that was there learning was also eye fucking.
I mean, Lawrence is, I wouldn't consider him a prized possession. Other than him,
It right here about Dr. Princess.
Dr. Princess Bride.
Have
Wesley.
you seen Robin Hood Men in Tights? He is very charming in that movie.
Tight.
Where men
Have you seen Days of
men in
Thunder
tights.
with Tom Cruise? He's his rival race car driver.
Oh my, what is happening?
He's basically charming. You need to get on board with
He's
Dr. Wesley,
he's charming.
Princess Bride MD.
Apparently he's charming, and he's not charming me.
Need that.
So-
t-shirt. Whole name goes down the back of the t-shirt.
All right, so we flash back to present day in the dirty bathroom, and then we flash back to the lawyer's office. So there's a lot of flashbacks going on. So the lawyer wants him to listen to this woman. Her name is Amanda, and she actually had escaped one of Jigsaw's games, and he wants him to listen to see if there's any trigger or something that he can help with, or maybe it would jog his memory.
Because Dr. Wesley's alibi checks out. So he said that he was out at whatever 1 a.m. whatever the time was, but he wasn't seeing a patient. He was out. So they confirmed, I guess, his story with who he was with, and his alibi checked out. She confirmed it, I guess, pretty hard. And and apparently she didn't complain. So they were like, listen, your alibi checks out, but we don't want you to leave yet. You got to sit here and listen to a survivor of Jigsaw tell their story. Because I guess they're trying to see his reaction, because they believe that he was Jigsaw. Yeah. So
that was weird.
Yeah. And I'm like, this feels like a little...
Been guilty. Would you like to watch this woman talk about this horrific event that happened to her?
It feels like if it's not illegal, definitely unethical.
There's a few things in this movie that are I don't know if that's right.
And I want to say that I don't feel like Danny Glover is a great detective in this movie, at all. I know he's been through some shit in this movie, but he was paying more attention to Wesley during this poor woman's story than her. He was almost like, hey, you hear it? Listen to this shit. This poor girl is clearly traumatized, and he's just staring.
Right.
Also, I fucking Wesley the whole time.
Because apparently he's a catch. He's a catch.
He's like, tell me more about this 1 a.m. rendezvous you do.
Oh my God. Can I get invited? Can I get invited? Can I? You do?
That's what he was mouthing to
I
him.
know.
Danny Glover knows how to find his way to a sleazy hotel at 1 a.m.
He's no stranger.
He actually was in the same room.
So basically, there's this woman. What's her name? Amanda? Is that what I said?
Yes, Amanda.
She survived.
Receptionist from Becker. Do you remember Becker with Ted Danson?
Becker. I do.
Where
Becker.
he was a Dr. MD as well.
I do remember that show.
Don't remember
I
that.
don't recognize her at all, though.
Yeah, she's a receptionist in that. She's also in the horror movie The Blob, the remake of The Blob, which is fantastic.
Oh, I never saw that. You know
Yeah.
I didn't.
You should. It's pretty fun.
Did you say yet or yeah?
I said, yeah, it's pretty fun.
Okay.
Watch it. Do
Okay.
it. It's got Matt Dillon in it. Does young Matt Dillon do anything for?
I could get on board with that. Yeah, I get on board with that.
Okay.
Okay.
He doesn't do it for me.
So
Keep eating your grapes. They bite.
she's basically saying that her face was stuck in this like metal cage, and
Uh-huh.
all she could taste was blood, because essentially, full visual, this cage on her head, after a certain time, if she didn't retrieve the key to unlock it from her head, it would snap open, which would basically rip her entire head in half.
That's
So
great.
That's some motivation right there, I would say. But
Now,
this video
what did she do to deserve this?
I don't know.
don't
they
think
say
they
that
told
she
us.
was like a drug addict, but I don't know. See, that's what pissed me off about this entire movie. And maybe you can enlighten me more later on. I'm like, first of all, who the fuck is this guy? I understand that he's like bad people, he thinks deserve bad things, but like, who the fuck is he? Like, why does he get to justify like who gets what, and why is he why is he the one that's like torturing them?
Right.
Who the
No,
fuck is he?
I agree.
I don't like that at all.
I got answers. We'll get to it
Okay.
later.
Okay. Okay.
I have
Well,
to
let's get to
wait. I don't want to wait.
So this video pops up, and that creepy ass, weird looking like clown puppet thing comes on and
Jigsaw.
tells her that where the key is for the cage on her head is in her dead cellmate's stomach.
That's
so
a good time.
She's gonna have to just
Get in there.
get that out of there.
There's a dead guy on the floor if you go to have fun.
So after a bit of like frantic moments, because I guess she doesn't want to like get to the stomach right away.
I mean, who would?
No, she's running out of time.
Right.
And then she gets over to him, and there's like a conveniently placed knife next to him on the floor.
Yeah,
And-
there's a knife, so I assumed it would be like a kitchen knife. It was just a scalpel. Like, that's not really a knife.
Oh yeah, no.
Right.
What's that gonna do?
It did something.
Well, I mean,
it did something.
It's a movie.
But
It-
apparently,
as that man went, huh?
he wasn't dead. He was just like paralyzed because his eyes open. He looks at her like, first of all, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, I
What the
know.
fuck are you doing?
Why are you in my cell?
So with like this cage on her head ticking of like the time just running out, she just starts just
Stabbing him.
stabbing the shit out of him.
Getting it.
They show her like just playing around with his organs, just trying to find this key, like juggling act or something. And then she eventually finds the key, unlocks the cage with, of course, record timing. Because
Of course
as
she
soon as
does.
she throws it off her head, it like
It snaps.
blah, blah, blah. Yes, it does. It sure fucking does.
And you know what? Like when she's sitting there and she's got like the things on
She's
her
got
face.
like Joker scars a little bit.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Just a lot.
Yeah, it's guys. Today, the date of this recording is the 13th anniversary of The Dark Knight coming out. So that is a
Really? That's weird.
Really?
just like your weird Blair Witch fucking.
Okay.
That
That's
was
fucking creepy.
That's
That was
creepy.
trippy as
It's
shit.
like it was meant to be.
I know.
Yeah.
That was trippy as shit. I was like, okay, maybe this season's starting off pretty good. All right.
Maybe it won't be a complete fuck. But it probably will.
I mean,
Started
off-
that's
No,
fine.
It started off excellent. That episode was amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I think you're gonna enjoy our one this coming Wednesday too.
You goddamn
I think
right I am. I enjoy every episode. Frequent listener.
Okay. So okay. So she takes the thing off and she's like panicking, a little crying a little bit, and then Jigsaw comes rolling up on a tricycle
Sure does.
and he tells her how grateful that she should be to be alive.
Yeah,
Or that
Okay.
she is grateful to be alive.
you happy to be alive, like, because you totally should be, because, like, you're alive now.
I feel
You
like,
didn't die, so that's cool.
fuck off, creepy clown. Like what? Okay.
He's on a little
Serious?
tricycle.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's my
seriously.
question is I feel like, yes, the clown itself, like the puppet clown thing is creepy looking, but I kind of feel like him riding it on a tricycle is a little fucking weird for
A
me.
little bit.
I just don't feel like I could take it super serious with this weird puppet on a tricycle. And he's like, you should be grateful. And I'm like, what the fuck are you?
I
Get out of here.
Who
Is
are
that the
you?
exit? Bye, clown. Like, knock him off the tricycle, right?
You can do
It's like,
some that. Do it.
wait, do yours again, and I'll repeat it.
Hey, happy to be alive. All right.
Oh my God, please do it. Go ahead.
Hey, happy to be alive. I can't get that raspy. Happy to be alive.
Gotta get deep.
Gotta get deep.
That's what you chose to repeat.
Things, yeah, of course.
Okay.
I may say it again later on. We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll see. It probably will. You're probably right.
Get deep. Let's go.
Okay. How many canned wines have you had?
I'm just finishing my first
Okay, good for you. Because
I
it's kind of.
finished my first one as well, and
You champed it.
I'm loving these grapes.
How was the wine? Was it great? Was it your favorite
No.
in the whole entire world?
Mm-mm. No. Yeah.
You should have asked us what kind of canned wine to get.
I
We would have tried
appreciate
to-
your commitment to it.
I
That
was
was
at
very
Walmart.
nice.
There was only like 3 choices.
That's okay. I've gotten our canned wines from Walgreens before, and there's not a lot of options there. So
No.
we could have warned you it wasn't going to be good if it's from Walgreens.
You
or
should have just
Walmart.
filled your glass up all the way to the top with grapes.
I'm sorry I didn't go to the vineyard and ask what their finest canned wine was.
They're like, "How dare you get out of here?"
Canned wine? Who the hell drinks that shit?
Get on
We
your
do.
pickle.
We do.
Get the fuck out of here.
Our standards are
Take
not
your
high.
cheap ass selves out of our vineyard.
I
Get
know.
out.
You know, in our picture that we've got kind of behind us, we have red wine, like we're classy, but we don't drink
we
that
don't
shit.
drink red wine. It just
No.
looks good.
It looks good in the picture.
Mhm.
All right. So we're back in the bathroom,
Uh-huh.
and Adam starts yelling at Lawrence about him being the one that got them there.
Yeah.
Then he realizes that the bathroom has a two-way mirror. So he starts like throwing things at like throwing rocks or something at it
Yeah.
and
whatever.
breaks it. And they see
Mhm.
this like huge like recorder that's set up behind,
It's a camera.
behind this. Did I say recorder? I typed in recorder.
Get
How old am I?
Yeah, they're being
They're
recorded by a camera. Sorry, that was really technical. I'm sorry, Courtney. You do your thing. You're doing great. I'm sorry.
My
Hey,
grapes-
Stephanie.
Oh,
Okay, that's awkward.
my grapes.
What the hell is happening right now?
I'm eating my grapes.
it's like mind your business. Let a man eat a grape.
Let
Yeah.
a man eat a grape. Okay. All right. Back on track.
Back on
okay.
track.
So now we see that Jigsaw. We see from Jigsaw's side of the camera, like he's behind the video watching them in this room, and the video itself is super grainy.
It's a bad
Black and
video.
white.
Yeah.
You would think that since this is kind of his thing, that he would have,
Better technology.
color,
Mm-hmm.
not grainy, maybe like audio, because he can kind of hear it, but it's still grainy.
It's not great.
No.
It's not great. No, it's
This
not.
was the far-flung past of 2004.
Okay. There was better video quality in 2004.
We
you
were
know
not
that.
in black and white in 2004.
He's
Maybe
busy
just-
making puppets that are weird,
He's on a budget.
making small dioramas of the weird. He's going to
Oh my
He
God,
sure
he is
is.
too.
Oh my
That's where
God,
he's spending
so
his
fucking
money.
Weird.
Screw the videoing. Okay, so Jigsaw waves at them like from behind the camera. Obviously, they can't see it. But says, you know what? He's not going to be able to help them. They're going to have to do it themselves.
Sure.
So now Adam asks if he is thinking about asking Lawrence if he's thinking about his wife and daughter, and he says that he's been thinking about them like the entire time.
Yeah.
And then we see her waking up from sleeping, like
His daughter.
it
yeah.
reverts back to their house on the night before. I don't know, was it the night before they left or before he went to work? that
I
it
think it's like
disappeared?
the night he disappeared. Yeah. Or the night. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, how
I
fucking
don't know.
creepy is that shit?
Okay.
Yeah.
This entire part creeped me out and also pissed me off at the same time because this
Please tell me why.
poor little girl is laying in bed and she wakes up by hearing like wind chimes in her room, and which I didn't love.
Right.
And then she like gets freaked out and then like slowly walks to her parents' room, like no urgency. Like she saw some weird shit, heard wind chimes that woke her up, and she's just like, I guess I'll stroll across the house and
There
go
was
wake up my
straight
parents.
up a full-grown man in this girl's room, and
Oh,
she's
100%. She's just slowly fucking walking across the house. I'm like, girl, run. I'd be screaming and running.
I would be too.
And then she gets to her parents' bed and is just staring at her mom like another creep that she is, just staring at her until her mom wakes up.
Which is weird.
Very creepy. And then she's
weird ass sociopath just goes, "Mommy, there's a man in my fucking room."
I can't. I
That's not
can't.
okay.
And they like didn't believe her.
No.
So she's like, they go into where Wesley is in his like home office, and they're like, our daughter wants you to go like check the room because there's apparently some creepy ass dude hanging out in her room. That's fucking weird.
Right. And nobody seems to like really care.
No, they were like,
Like kids go, "Oh, there's a monster in my closet."
not
They
a
don't
full grown
Not
man.
man in my room.
Ugh.
If my daughter comes downstairs and goes, "Daddy, there's a man in my room," I'll grab the fucking shotgun, go up the stairs, and be like, "All right, where's the man?"
Right. I'd be out the fucking front door. I'd be like, nope, guess this man lives here now because we don't. Hell fucking no.
She comes downstairs and tells me Elsa from Frozen's in her closet. I'll be like, "All right, you had a fucking dream." Like, if you tell
Right.
me a strange man's in your bedroom, like, we're gonna
No.
go do some shit. We're not gonna.
Right.
Oh, are you sure it
Gonna-
wasn't your imagination? Like,
Yeah, because they think she's having a bad dream. And I'm like, what kid dreams about a full grown man
No.
just staring like at them from their bed? That's
Correct.
fucking creepy.
I'd be turning all those lights on,
Every switch.
opening up all the doors
Mhm.
with a bat.
So they
Yeah.
eventually like get to her room. Well, they get to her room to like check it out, but they don't really like check it. Like they don't check the
No.
closet, they don't check behind curtains, they don't do anything. They like turn a light on. They're like, "Bitch, you're okay. Go back to bed." And then they like Wesley like tucks her in.
Hey, 10-year-old, you know what's fun? I'll play with your toes like you're fucking 6.
Yeah, he did the whole like this little piggy thing, which was weird
That was weird.
for sure.
Yeah.
And
She
then he
was
like
not into it.
No.
because there's a man in her room. She's like, "This is cool, Dad, but there's still a creepy ass dude in my room."
I'm surprised she didn't say he was like in the closet or like to check.
Because he
the
wasn't
closet.
there at first, I don't think, and then he like moved to a different
Oh,
location.
maybe. But why didn't he check it when he got in the room?
Because they don't give a shit. They thought she was like having a bad dream or
Okay.
something. Poor
That's not
parenting,
okay.
whatever.
Right.
Worst parents ever.
Worst. So once they leave and like turn off her bedroom light and her bedroom goes to like complete pitch black, like no light in her room at all, the fucking closet door just like slowly like
Oh my gosh.
open.
I can't do that.
No.
her-
No.
Immediately starts screaming at each other right outside their door. Like,
Of
you
course.
know, like,
No subtlety.
like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
Oh my, it's ridiculous.
Yes. So then as soon as Wesley leaves, because he got like a call that he had to like go into work. I don't know what doctor, that's a surgeon, has to like go into work at like 1 a.m. He's like, I got to go.
Maybe he's like,
I got to go to work.
right.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason he has his pager is for his women.
100%.
women
It was
folk.
that girl that was I fucking him before. Maybe
Yeah.
the guy. We don't know. Whatever. So he leaves the house.
We don't judge.
And then as soon as he's gone, their daughter starts screaming from her bedroom because this creepy ass dude that was hiding in the closet's now attacking her.
Yeah.
I can't.
It's
I fucking
ridiculous.
can't.
Okay.
I can't do it.
You can't do it.
What was your exact reaction when you saw his eyeball just like lit
Oh
up?
my God. Wait, it's like got a light on it as well. Like it's illuminated.
I'm not gonna lie to both of you. I was hiding. I didn't see his eyeball. I didn't know that happened. I was hiding. I put my blanket over my head enough to like block the TV a little bit, and then I just type. So I genuinely didn't see it.
I'll do a reenactment for the page.
Oh, please do. Yeah, please let us know how it looks. Yep.
That's already accurate. Yeah, that's it.
Yes. That's it.
And sometimes I pull it over my laptop, so I have like a weird like blanket for it, so I can still type. I don't see anything at all.
I don't have a dining room table, but if I did, I'd take video of me darting behind the chairs and hiding.
Make sure that everybody really got the full experience of Stephanie watching scary movies. Absolutely.
Just
I appreciate
hiding.
that.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's really the thought that counts. Okay, so we're back in the bathroom, and
Mhm.
Lawrence asks Adam if he wants to see his daughter,
Yeah.
like pictures of his daughter. So he throws his wallet over to him. Adam's like asks if, where a picture of his wife is. He's like, well, it's behind one of the other pictures that he's got in there.
Mhm.
So he pulls it out, and Adam sees a picture of his wife and daughter tied up,
Yeah.
their mouths like gagged.
Yeah.
And then on the back of it, it has like writing on it and it says X marks the spot. Sometimes you see more with your eyes shut. Okay.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, we find out.
Yeah, we
but
do.
he doesn't share that info with Wesley. He just like throws him his wallet back and like holds on to the Polaroid for himself to just see what he can figure out with it a little bit.
So we go back, and this is kind of where we were kind of talking about a minute ago, where her mom like takes off as they're like fighting in the like foyer area. It takes off because their daughter's like yelling, and sees the guy with like a blanket covering himself, which I thought was really weird.
That's all he does. He always has a weird fucking cloak thing. Like, what is that about?
But it was like a blanket, like a legit blanket,
like a sheet, like a bed sheet,
like a bed sheet. Exactly, it was a fucking bed sheet.
And he waited for mom to get in the room before he jumped on the bed. He was just standing there next to the bed.
She's like, whoa.
I'm so spooky.
Like a beige sheet on him.
It was like not even like a pretty white sheet. It was like beige.
Like he just brought his own from home and he's like, this is perfect. This'll do. This is good for hiding in a closet.
Surprised it didn't have like little flowers or something on it in her bedroom. I don't know. Okay. So he basically ties them up, leans down to like check the heart rate of the little girl, the daughter.
Yeah.
And then he points a gun at her and then checks it again. And I'm like, this guy's a fucking sicko.
Because he gets off on like listening to their like heart rate like rising from being scared of him. What a fucking
he's a douchebag.
I had a problem with that scene. Anyone that knows kids knows that like her heart was beating way too slow for a child to begin with. Like kids' hearts beat really fucking fast.
Yeah, they do.
Yes, it's like just because they're
normal.
Yeah, they're in shape and full of fucking energy.
Yeah,
like, guys are bunnies. Like he has a gun out and he puts a fucking stethoscope on her chest and it's like, duh, duh.
He's like, well, this just won't do.
I know. Let me point a gun at her and see what she does.
I'm gonna open this for a sec.
Oh,
I'm struggling.
Okay.
There it is. I only bought one can, so I'm rolling with it the way I am.
It sounds like it was probably best to just buy one of those.
That's fine. I think you're all right.
We're
going to let you have a pass.
I might like the second can better now.
You probably will. It's going to be easier to drink for sure. How much you got left in there? Do you want some more?
I haven't drank probably years, so this is fantastic.
It doesn't matter.
I think that one has a little more.
Has more? I don't want more.
I can't tell.
Oh, Stephanie is also drinking from a stemless They're Terrified in Tipsy glass.
Yeah.
Because we're bougie bitches, man. This one might have a little more. Here, take this one.
Okay. Or is it heavy because of the glass?
Smash that can open.
You'll never know.
We're going to drink too much.
Oh, I like the watermelon one better than the peach one.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Okay.
Mine has a house on the can.
House? Oh, shoot. Okay.
Now it's on the floor.
It's got a little house because it's called house wine.
That's really
And then
weird.
there was one next to it that said original house wine, but it was camouflage, and I was like,
That's a little much, I think. Yeah.
This is
okay.
Juicy and refreshing.
Is it? Any of those?
Sound like it.
No.
The grapes were though, right?
Oh yeah, the grapes are fantastic. It says our house is your house, the original house wine, American rosé wine, crisp, juicy, and refreshing.
That's so disappointing because I do like a rosé. That's so disappointing.
But why is rosé juicy?
2 cans equals an entire bottle of wine.
Yeah, that feels right.
That does feel right.
Yeah, I know. Because I've gotten trashed on.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, I'm buzzing from fucking pounding that thing. So
yeah,
pretty nice.
Because you like chugged a can of wine. You were like, I'm gonna be a champ about this.
Yeah, never had a more manly statement ever been made.
Like, ever see anybody chug canned wine like me? Never will again.
A fucking champ.
Okay. All right. So we're at the hospital and there's he's a resident. I don't know. The doctor, Dr. Lawrence.
No.
Dr. Lawrence.
Wesley.
Everybody say it with me.
Wesley.
MD.
He's getting shouty now.
I know. He's getting real loud. I'm going to blame it on the canned wine.
Okay.
So there's a resident at this hotel. God damn it. At this hospital.
We'll get to that.
No, we will get there. We'll get to the hotel. I don't know. I don't really know what I don't know what my notes say. I don't know.
There's a man with a brain tumor. Doctor's like, hey, this dude's got a brain tumor. It's inoperable.
Oh my God. I love this.
And
keep it going, Josh.
He's like, hey, Dr. Wesley, MD, I'm liking what I'm seeing. And the dude next to her is like, I'm liking what I'm seeing too.
He's like, wait, were you in Princess Bride and Robin Hood Men in Tights? We should talk later. And that's how it all started. Mm-hmm.
And then an orderly named Zep.
Orderly. Oh, that's like his nickname, right? That's not his real name.
Zep?
Yeah,
they call him Zep.
Nickname.
Oh, well, you never know.
He pops up and he's like, his name's not Patient. His name is John. He's a nice man.
Yeah, he's a nice man.
But then Dr. Wesley was a bit of a dick because he kind of like brushed him off and like made rolled his eyes, and then like I don't know if they were like residents or interns or whatever the people that were eye fucking him were, they all kind of like laughed a little bit about him just being like, the man has a name, and then he like awkwardly ran off.
He has this like curmudgeon look on his face, and he's like, and he just kind of stomps off.
He's like, the lower class really like to make friends with the patients.
But then he gets paged, and over the pager it goes, Dr. Wesley, Princess Bride MD.
No, that's not what it says.
Dr. Wesley, Princess Bride MD.
Oh, was Jigsaw on the intercom?
No, he goes, go deep.
Dr. Wesley, there's police officers in the room. Please come immediately. Danny Glover's in your room and he wants to talk to you.
I said, Danny Glover, go deep.
Oh my God. This is going nowhere. You know what? I'm cutting both of you off. No more alcohol for you. Keep drinking.
I was like, what am I going to do with this? I'm going to keep drinking it. It's fine.
Okay. Where are we?
I don't fucking
They're in the doctor's office. The two police officers are basically sitting in the doctor's chairs on their knees, spinning around in circles.
Oh, yeah. He gets into his office and they made themselves very comfortable in his office. Yeah, they did. And they're asking him like where he was and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, do you want me to continue?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't know where we're at. I have no idea where we are in my notes.
Dr. Wesley MD's like, I don't know what you want.
You know,
what's up? Why you want to know where I was? And they're like, maybe you should just answer our questions down at the station. And he's like, I can't go nowhere.
I don't have my car.
My wife has my car.
And they're like, cool, ride with us, man.
Yeah. Josh, I don't really know where you are.
I think we've already talked about that because that's when he like listens to what's her face. So we may be like way ahead of that.
I like how you're putting it on me. You're the one that set this up.
Josh, you've derailed us.
Yeah, Josh, get your shit together over there. All right.
Okay, my notes aren't super reliable.
I have it where somebody is watching the apartment from another building.
Yeah, that's Danny Glover. He's watching the apartment from another building.
MD.
Danny Glover is not an MD. He is an investigator. His name is Tap. Damn it.
Tap in.
All right. So we're actually seeing his like apartment, and then there are like tons of like newspaper clippings all over the wall. Mm-hmm. And then at this point, I'm like, is he Jigsaw? Or is he like just really invested
or something?
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. I don't know. At the end of the day, Tap is scrolling through this Jigsaw video. He's in his office and he figures out a few of the locations where this video could have been recorded, where the fire alarm had gone off.
Yeah, because they had the video that Amanda had seen, the girl with the cage on her head. So they were like watching that video and he's like rewinding it, replaying it back and forth to see if he can find things in the background that he would recognize.
Yeah.
And he saw some like writing, like graffiti on the wall or something that he recognized from some warehouse, a warehouse where they used to make mannequins.
Weird.
And I feel like even if there were other options, that's the location you have to check out. Like, it doesn't matter if there's 3 other warehouse options. A warehouse used to make mannequins is fucking creepy. That's where the serial killer is. Hands down.
Absolutely.
No question.
There's no question.
So he shows his partner and they're like, okay, well, I guess we're going to this fucking warehouse.
Yeah, they were going to go out for drinks and decided that this was more important.
But you know what they don't do?
What?
They don't tell anybody, no other police officers, nobody, that they're going to this creepy ass freaking warehouse that used to make mannequins to go find a serial killer.
They never call back up.
Never. They never do. When they show up at the warehouse, I go, okay, well, clearly there'll be people there, like other cops. Nope. It's just the two of them.
Yeah.
I'm like, what in the actual hell?
No one even suggests it. They literally
it's not a thought.
Serial killer coming up an elevator, and they're not like, maybe we should radio for backup. They're just like, hide behind this curtain. And the other guy's like, no, I'm going to shoot this motherfucker. And he's like, no,
yes, because they're in this warehouse and there's like weird like fog or whatever the fuck it was in there. And that should automatically be a red flag that there's a killer in there automatically. So they should be like calling to their other dudes like, hey, we're in a warehouse with a lot of fog. We're going to need backup.
Well, I feel like
I appreciate the hand movement. Stephanie is wearing an imaginary radio on her.
This is how we Josh, this is normal. Like there's a lot of like hand motions and
there's some fog. We're gonna need backup. Over. Go deep.
We are never going to get through this fucking episode.
So they get in the warehouse and they find that they have the right location because it matches what they saw in the video. Right. And then they like start walking through and there's this fucking giant cage. Like it looks like a cage. There's like this like fence thing that has a door on it. And I'm like, yeah, you guys who don't have backup, who nobody knows where you are, should definitely go into this freaking cage for sure. And they find like all these like red looking sheets like over things. And it's like,
here, let me pull it off.
There's like a whole diagram of the weird like bathroom situation of Wesley and Adam in there. And then they remove
tiles on the walls.
Like yes. It's bizarre. And then they remove another one and there's some like weird ass pig mask and then the weird puppet. And they remove another one and there's a dude who's like strapped to this thing with like drills pointing at his head.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
It's all fucking weird. And then they hear noise and they're like, oh, it must be him. So they cover this poor guy up again. They're like, shh, we'll try to come back for you.
Well, he's gagged. So all he can do is make noise. So it's not like he can tell on him.
And he's making all the noise.
Yeah, he is.
All the noise possible. This guy is just like yelling as much as he can. They cover everything back up and they hide behind this like plastic tarp by these mannequins. And they're like, we'll wait for this serial killer to come. Like, okay, guys. Well, what's the next plan? How about do a little, we need backup. Like what? Nothing.
And they don't burst out the second he gets off the elevator and are like,
no, don't even shoot him or anything.
No.
They wait for him to get right up next to the man in the chair with the drill.
Right, because obviously he's going to have some kind of something, and he's like going to trigger something to kill this guy or kill somebody.
They're like, we should wait for Jigsaw to give us a monologue first. Let's see what he has to say. After the monologue, we'll see how we feel if we want to pop out or not.
Right.
So let's just wait behind the plastic.
We have to make sure he's not the janitor before we stuff a shotgun in his face.
They're responsible investigators. They do not shoot unless they are triggered.
They didn't shoot at all. Like at all. This entire thing.
That's true.
They eventually do like surprise and come out from behind the plastic. And then Jigsaw like turns on the like drill bit things for this poor guy who's like strapped to this chair. So then the partner like goes to try to turn off the drill. And then Danny Glover has like this shotgun thing pointed at Jigsaw.
Right.
And he's like, come down here, go on your knees, whatever. And the partner's trying to figure out with all these keys how to turn off this thing. I'm like, okay, well, this is not going to happen. And then I kind of hit a little bit at this time too because of my anxiety. Didn't like this part at all. But Jigsaw like has this like blade thing that he just like, and slices him.
Comes out like from his wrist.
Yeah.
And he just like
slices Danny Glover's throat and he just takes off.
Somehow lightly slashes Danny Glover's throat because he doesn't die.
Right. Enough to survive.
He does not die. No.
Well, the partner like shoots the drill thing and stops it. But you know what the partner definitely does and should for sure do in any kind of scary movie? Chase this serial killer down in this warehouse. They have no idea where they're at and no backup coming.
With no backup.
By yourself. And there's weird fog stuff still. Like, yeah, definitely do that.
Don't
call anybody.
He didn't even reach for his shoulder to call for backup.
Nothing. He didn't even try it.
Do it again.
We definitely need backup now.
Danny Glover's down. Danny Glover's down.
Shit has gone down. Hurry. Over.
Oh my god.
Okay, so at this point, I was definitely hiding when he's chasing
Oh
down the
my-
hallway. So I need you guys to fill in. For
Oh
what
my god.
happens.
Okay, so
Poor
Sing.
Sing.
Okay, I know his Sing runs after him, gets shot, or he tries like shooting at him or whatever. He wasn't really like hurt, but then like they're like tripping down the hall or whatever, and then all of a sudden, like Sing goes into like this
Like a tripwire, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
tripwire with a like 5 or 6, I don't know how many there were, like shotguns. So as soon as he tripped the wire, he looked up and then he got shot in the head.
Oh, poor guy.
He didn't see it coming.
No.
No.
It was a sad day.
Hmm.
So then we jump back to present day and we find that Tap is in his house, who is completely obsessed with Jigsaw.
Yeah,
that we
which-
find.
It makes sense now when we kind of flash back and forth to his like weird apartment with all these pictures on the
Yeah.
wall. Because it was like 5 months ago or something, I think they said, when this happened to
Mhm.
his partner. So his obsession with Jigsaw and this serial killer makes sense because his partner died and he got
Correct.
his throat cut during this whole thing 5 months ago.
Right.
And they saw some shit.
They did.
And got
You
off
can
the force. I feel like all of that happens way too fast. Like 5 months? Come on. Like, give him a little bit of a break here. He got his throat slashed and his fucking partner got his head blown off.
Right.
know,
no
he's-
recovery.
he definitely needs a little bit of a mental health check,
Mhm.
maybe,
Yeah.
possibly. Somebody should just, do a check. Send him someplace. Somebody to talk to him. I don't know.
Nope.
No.
Make a
okay.
few-
Stitch you up and make it work.
All right, so now we're back in the bathroom,
Mhm.
and Adam keeps on looking at the message on the back of this picture,
Mhm.
and Lawrence tells, or he gets Lawrence to tell him to turn off the lights.
Yeah.
Or he tells
He
Lawrence to
tells
turn off the lights.
Wesley to turn off the lights. Yes.
Right. So reluctantly he does, and then they see this like glowing X on the wall,
Mhm.
and Lawrence takes down the wall. Like,
when he
just-
turns the lights back on, it's kind of obvious because there's like the wall is brick and then there's like this little patch of like new brick.
Right.
And I'm like, did you guys not try that first? Because it seems very new.
Josh, you said that since he was a doctor that he noticed the
Everything.
right. Noticed the cloth on the wall.
Yeah.
Why didn't he notice that there were new bricks on the wall right next to him, or new
He was-
tile?
He's distracted by being
Well.
Dr. Wesley Princess MD.
MD.
Oh my god. I give up.
Quite the title to hold on to. It's a lot to think
really-
about.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
His family's been kidnapped, Courtney. Give him a fucking break.
He's got a lot of trauma. It's a lot of trauma.
Got a lot in his mind while
Okay.
he's tied to a freaking chained to a pipe. Yeah. It's a lot going on.
Danny
Okay.
Glover
so-
moved across the street from his house. He's very stressed out.
Oh, you know what? You're
He
right.
sure did.
Yeah. He's right next to
Mhm.
it.
Because I feel like we should say that Danny Glover this entire time is convinced that Wesley is Jigsaw.
Yeah.
So he's basically stalking like Wesley and his family to see like what his habits are because he's convinced he's a serial killer.
I wonder if he moved into that apartment just because he
Yeah.
thought he was the Jigsaw
Yeah.
and he wanted to watch him.
Yeah. 1,000%.
Yeah.
He had to have.
And then
Okay.
he saw
It's
Zepp
not a coincidence.
and was like, "What are you doing there? Why are you with
Yeah.
his wife?" Does the doctor?
You saw his face. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Lawrence starts taking down the wall and he finds this box in like a hole in the wall.
Uh-huh.
He opens it up. What?
Dr. Wesley.
Oh shit. Okay. His name is not Dr. Wesley.
It might
is
just be easier if
Lawrence.
you conform to our needs.
No! You know what? Just because you have somebody on your side, fuck that.
I
No.
never do. I want to say for a second that I feel like it's always like you and Dustin on one side of me. I, for once, have somebody on my side. I am going to take advantage of this.
Listen, Josh, we need to
So-
have a conversation.
So,
Sup? We cannot let Stephanie go down the rabbit hole.
I can literally hear you. I'm right next to you.
Josh, are you listening? Stephanie,
She totally can't hear you.
no, she can't.
Where am I?
Totally not wearing headphones.
No, take your headphones off, Stephanie. You'll never hear us. I mean, you probably. Okay, anyway, he opens this box that he finds in the wall,
does?
and
Dr. Wesley.
Lawrence.
Wesley MD.
Wesley MD. Well, what? Okay, so when he opens his box, he finds a cell phone,
Mhm.
a cigarette or 2 cigarettes,
Couple cigarettes, yeah.
a lighter, and then a letter to him.
It's like a little love note.
It is like a little love note. The
Like, hey,
love note.
Dr. Wesley, MD, like, why don't you kill this dude?
Listen,
Mhm.
that's Dr. Wesley is not his name.
Well,
Mhm.
the note was basically saying that like the cigarette itself in the box is not going to kill him immediately, but it
Correct.
doesn't mean it couldn't, essentially.
Right.
So he's like,
Yeah,
okay.
You're not going to necessarily need a gun
right.
to kill Adam.
Right. Just think about it, Dr. Wesley. Think about it.
Because you apparently you are very detailed.
Uh-huh.
So you can figure this out.
Right. Yes.
You know how the
He
human body
does.
works, Dr. Wesley.
Mhm.
You know,
Okay.
a man to death.
He
Wow.
does.
That
He
is
does.
just wrong. It's just wrong. Anyways.
Things have escalated.
Yeah, right.
Oh, there's also a cell phone in there too. Did you say cell phone?
I did, but apparently you weren't listening, so it's fine.
I missed it. I'm sorry. There was a cell phone in there too. Was it the first thing you said?
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm just driving the point home for you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Are you?
I'm good.
Do you want to go ahead and take over?
No, I'm
You
good.
wanna- You sure?
It's up to you, girl.
Oh. I mean, I will if I have to. All right. Adam really wants a cigarette.
Mhm.
So, but Lawrence is like, calm the fuck down. You don't need it right now. You're good. So Lawrence tries to call 911 on this phone and he can't.
Of course not.
And then he feels like this exact thing happened last night when he was leaving this parking garage.
Yeah.
From his midnight affair.
I feel like Adam needs to be incredibly suspicious of him because every time he's like, oh, this reminds me of something I heard or I experienced
Right.
recently. It's all very like convenient. Like, what a coincidence that you've just experienced this or you know all about Jigsaw already. Adam should be very skeptical of it. I know it's not a big deal, but he should be skeptical of him.
Well, he should be.
Yeah.
But
He's
like
not.
you're in this dirty bathroom. So
Gotta work together a little bit.
What-
Yeah. Mhm.
Where do you go? Who do you
know.
believe? I don't know. Is he going to help me or is he going to kill me?
We find out.
Okay. All right. All right. So we kind of revert back to when Lawrence was in this parking garage.
Mhm.
He gets out of his car. First of all, he doesn't feel like he's alone in this parking garage.
Mhm.
There's like a flash that happens, which we don't really find out until later what that is, but
Mhm.
he just feels like there's somebody there. He ends up getting out of his car, and I don't really know why. Can he not get out of the garage? Is that what the problem
I
is?
don't know because he went to pick up like a phone that was like on the wall, like an emergency phone,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't connect to anything. So I don't know what he was doing.
Josh.
I have no idea. Yeah.
Okay. I figured you had some like insight into this.
But we see in like the mirror that's like on kind of like where the ceiling and the wall meet, like for those like turns, that like his back door of his car, of Dr. Wesley's car, is like slowly opening. I hate everything about that.
I was gonna say, how did that hit you?
I hated it. I fucking hated it.
Crawling out of the back seat.
And I also feel like too that like everything about Jigsaw, like he's sick and he's dying, blah blah blah. If that was him in the back of the car, he's a nimble fucking bitch.
Oh yeah.
Like he's climbing out of the car, he's crawling, he's got this weird like red
Cape.
spandex looking outfit on with this like weird pig mask thing. And he's like crawling out of the car like I may be dying of something, but look at me go. And he's like creeping around this car. I'm like, how is he such a nimble bitch? I don't understand.
I don't know.
I don't get it.
Well, I mean,
missed
he's
something.
He's a really thin character.
He's got like a
in ter-
second wind or something.
Second wind.
Maybe
Okay.
it was like Zepp doing his dirty work for him.
That's what I thought
Yeah.
later on, that it was possibly him, because I was like, this doesn't make any sense.
It could have been because who
Mhm.
knows what Zepp had to do with, like what he had to do.
Mm-mm.
Put this pig mask on and then crawl around on the floor like you're in a Nine Inch Nails music video.
And he's like, okay.
I mean, if it means that I don't die, fine.
Here
I'll
I
do
go.
it. That's fine. All right. So now we jump back to present day. They're in the dirty bathroom.
Yeah.
And they start bickering like an old married couple.
Mhm.
And then Lawrence asks how he knew to turn off the lights.
Yeah.
He's like, Adam's like, I'm not going to tell you. It doesn't matter. I
Instinct.
had an intuition.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So he ends up throwing the picture of his wife and daughter all tied up. He reads the message and then he dips like the one of the cigarettes that were in the box,
Mhm.
dips it in the
blood. Because
In the blood.
apparently what we learn like when they get into the room is that the guy in the middle of the room who's like dead and bloody everywhere had like been poisoned. So
Correct.
his blood all over the place has the poison in it that apparently was like rushing through his body. So he goes and like takes one of the cigarettes and like dips it into the cigarette to like make it look like for the camera that he's going to give it to Adam to like
Correct.
smoke this poison cigarette.
Which how stupid would Adam be? He dipped the filter in.
Yes. So he's like, oh, I'll put this weird bloody filter in my mouth, I guess. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's because when Lawrence was talking to him, he's like, I don't care. Because he's like, are you sure you put anything in this room in your mouth? And he's like, yeah, I don't fucking care.
Valid question.
He's like, no, I would.
Yeah, because like Lawrence, look what he made me do. Wesley gets this idea. Dr. Wesley, Princess Bride MD, gets this idea to like turn off the lights in the room because he has the switch so convenient to where he's chained. And then like whispers to Adam, which I don't understand how like what's the guy's name? Zap? Because he's listening to the videos.
Yeah.
Can't hear him whisper, but whatever. He's like whispering.
It's because of his fucking grainy videos.
It's ridiculous. The whole thing's stupid.
Thank you.
He's like, hey, pretend to smoke this cigarette. I'm going to keep whispering and then pretend to be poisoned and die. And they're like, ready, break. So he turns the lights back on and he like throws him a cigarette and like Adam smokes the cigarette and he is very over dramatic.
Okay.
A little animated.
It was a lot. I'm pretty sure I even knew without even knowing the context.
Fake. He like takes a couple drags of a cigarette and he's like, pretending to die. And it was lasting way too long, this whole like dying whatever. And then he hits the ground and Wesley's like, you see, I did it. Let me out now. Well, apparently there's a fucking taser attached to this weird ankle bracelet thing they have. And Adam just gets like shocked to shit by this damn taser. And of course he's not dead. We know now.
Right. Now, now the whole plan has been unraveled.
100%.
Obviously. Mm-hmm. Which I think it was to begin with. But
right.
Jigsaw's like, you're not dead.
Uh-huh.
You're good.
All right. Like Adam getting electrocuted somehow like sparked his memory, I guess.
Maybe he got shock therapy. He needed to get a little bit of, because
after he got electrocuted, memory. He's like, I remember everything.
Everything. He says the word everything.
He does.
I know what happened to me. I remember everything. And then we go into another flashback. I was like, how is it that easy to like get his memory going?
The world's slowest fucking flashback that could have been like a quarter of the length.
Right, because I feel like the first part of it was a little bit unnecessary, but whatever, it's fine.
It's fine. Mm-hmm. I mean, we had to build it up to figure out like where he actually
build the
was.
Suspense.
All right. So Adam was like walking down this dark old red hallway in his apartment. I feel like that was really over dramatic with the red walls and everything. Who does that?
Well, then they're showing condition of his apartment complex. So like showing the conditions that he lives in.
I mean, if somebody died in that hallway, you wouldn't see it on the wall.
That's valid.
Smoking a cigarette, so you know that he'd smoke a cigarette that's been
that he does. Confirmed. Mm-hmm.
He turns on no lights. No fucking lights.
Yeah, which we hate.
Yeah, right. He goes into his in his apartment. He's got like a dark room where he processes all of his like pictures that he takes. And as the camera like pans out of the room, we go through and we see like this hole where somebody would have been looking into that room.
Yeah. And then we see that some of the pictures he's developing are of Dr. Wesley. So we're at this point like
Lawrence?
No, I mean Wesley.
Oh, okay.
So we're like, how the fuck does he know Dr. Wesley and why does he have pictures in his darkroom of Dr. Wesley?
Yeah. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Did that for a second.
So
Adam seems to have fallen asleep in his dark room.
Like passed out. Like essentially just out cold.
Why would you just sleep in your bed?
I don't know what happened.
Okay. Well, he got tired. He took a little nap. And now, of course, he wakes up in the middle of the night. Maybe he heard something. I don't know.
Because all the lights were off in the dark room. Like when he was in there, it was like the red lights were on. And now it's like completely dark in that room.
Correct.
Okay.
So he tries to like flip on the switch. And of course,
doesn't work.
And then he hears this noise outside the room. He grabs his... Okay. Here's where I have a little bit of an issue. And this has to go with... what was the movie that we watched?
Host.
It was Host. Where they're like taking the camera flash and like going into rooms.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
I hated everything about this scene because all the lights and all the power is off in his house and he's trying to like find this like weird noise he hears in his apartment by using the flash on his camera. So he's like taking pictures and you can hear like the flash on his camera like charging every time he takes a picture and it like lights up part of the apartment. And I'm like, no. Stop doing that. Beeline it to the door and get the fuck out of there. What are we doing?
He's got to make...
how poor is your vision? Like, it wasn't that dark in your
We
apartment.
could really see in
Right.
the video. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh, I hate everything about it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, he calls out of the door and he's like,
course.
is anyone there? Okay.
Yeah, like somebody's gonna fucking respond to you. Like,
No.
here I am. Like, what are you expecting? No
No.
one's gonna respond to you.
No. So as he's walking around.
My name is Jigsaw and I'm in your apartment.
Surprise, bitch.
Sitting on your fucking couch. So as he's walking around and flashing the damn camera, he hears like this giggling doll.
Mm.
He turns around and Jigsaw, the doll, is sitting on one of the chairs in like his living room.
Mhm.
And then he ends up beating the thing with like a baseball bat. I'm like, okay. Hey, you do you, bud. And then he hears like a noise in the closet
Of
and he
course.
goes to open it, flashes his camera, and the pig-faced Jigsaw guy or whoever it is jumps out, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't know why he was still in his apartment at any part of this, but he
I
was
would have been out. If I had
1000%.
no electricity and I'm hearing noises, I'm getting the fuck out.
running. You would have been like, I didn't know Stephanie could move that freaking quick. I would have been flying through my apartment. Unreal.
I mean, I get that.
All
right. So now we're back in the dirty bathroom and the phone rings.
Of course.
That he got in the little box. And Lawrence answers it and it's his daughter hysterically calling him.
Mhm.
And now the guy that's behind the phone call, I mean,
Because she's on the phone, she's crying.
because it's not Jigsaw.
It's not.
the Sepp.
But like the weird kidnapper guy, because she's on the phone and she's saying that like she's with the bad man that was in her room. And I'm like, well, that's really fucking creepy. And also like kind of validating for her. Like, guys, I freaking told you there was a creepy ass man in my room. You didn't believe me.
Now
He's
you'll
here
believe me
and
next
I'm
time.
hostage.
Way to go, Dad.
Don't be a dick, Dad.
Guess you'll listen to me next time. And then the guy ends up.
It's disappointed.
Then the guy puts the phone up to Lawrence's wife's ear,
Mhm.
and she says, like with a gun pointed at her head, that not to believe.
Larry?
What'd you say?
She just goes, Larry.
Is that you? Are you there?
Go ahead, you finish it because you got it.
Larry? Are you on the other end of the call? Are you there? All of a
Wesley?
sudden,
Wesley, is that you?
Dr. Wesley? Did we get the right number?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why she like had to like clarify if it was him or not. Like, Larry? Like, who the fuck
I
do
mean,
you
if he
think it
was
is?
just talking to his daughter, of course it's him. Of course.
Maybe she was just hoping, like, maybe this motherfucker's got the wrong apartment.
Like, oh, I don't know this guy on the other phone. You got to go next door. Sorry.
I'm not who you think I am, I promise. All right. So she tells Larry not to believe Adam's lies
Mhm.
and that Adam knows him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the phone disconnects. Oh, fucking course it does.
Of course.
Mhm.
So now Lawrence demands to know from Adam what's going on.
But the funny thing is, like, he hangs the phone and Adam goes like, are they okay? Like, as if it was like a casual conversation. Because Wesley's like hysterically crying and
Yeah.
he's shouting, and Adam's like, everything cool, bruh? Like, it's just so chill.
Do
Like,
you notice that, like, throughout this movie, Lawrence is like looking more pale and more pale, and then the rouge that's on his cheeks,
They put
it,
dirt
like,
on.
like brightens.
he's not looking good.
No. It's like his face keeps getting whiter, and then the rouge.
But
keeps getting
Adam
darker.
doesn't change at all.
No, he's fine.
It's like, cool, bruh? What's going on?
Yeah, right over there. How's your fam? They doing all right?
What'd they say? What are they up to?
They going to the park? No, going to get some lunch.
Tell him I said hi.
Adam is played by Lee Winnell, who is the co-writer of this movie.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, he's also a director now. He directed The Conjuring 3.
Get out.
He's directed
That's really cool.
stuff. Yeah.
I love a fun fact.
I know. You're just full of them.
Mm-hmm.
You're full of it, Josh. You're just full of it.
You've been told that before, haven't you?
It happened.
Okay, so Adam starts to get irritated, and then he asks Lawrence where he was that night.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said that he took Lawrence's picture in the parking lot as he was leaving. That's what that flash was that he remembered seeing. And that he was paid to take pictures of married rich men who slept with other women.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My dad's lover.
by Danny Glover. So apparently, but I mean, I did think that this part of the movie was kind of cool, where we kind of figure out how they are like weirdly intertwined. So Danny Glover was paying Adam to basically spy for him on Wesley, to kind of like, because Danny Glover's convinced that Wesley's Jigsaw.
Right.
So I think he paid him like $200 or something like that a night to like go creep on Wesley to find out like what he's doing. And all he had to do was like follow him around and take pictures. So he knew like every motel he went to, where he was parking. He knew everything about Wesley. And it was like, that's how he had all those pictures. And in that plastic bag that was in the toilet tank, not in the toilet itself, but in the tank, with the 2 saws, was all of these pictures that Adam had taken of Wesley that he developed in his room. I'm like, okay.
That's true.
I did like how they intertwined it like that a little
bit. They did. They kind of like jump back and forth, but then it ended up being like very cohesive in regards to like how the plot went.
Yeah.
Anyways. All right. So when he met his last girl toy, I guess, whatever you want to call her, he met her at like this like seedy motel.
It was a gross motel.
Which is really gross.
Yeah.
Is that where you want to have sex?
No.
No.
They're better than that. You got some money.
Right? He definitely does. And if he's going to have some type of like secret rendezvous with someone from work, like pick a better place than that seedy ass motel.
She's never going to want to sleep with you again.
Treat yourself. Well, no.
Treat yourself.
She was down for it. I mean, she was taking her shirt off without him.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's like, no.
Because he stopped her, and then he was like, I can't do this. And he goes to leave the room because she was ready to go.
Yeah.
And then as he's leaving, the phone in the motel room starts ringing.
Right.
Which I did not love at all. And Wesley's like, does anybody know you're here? And she's like, of course not. So she answers the phone and she turns to Wesley, and of fucking course, the phone's for him.
Of course it is.
Would you have answered the phone? Would you have gone over to it?
Oh,
like, hello? I would have bolted out the door.
No, I wouldn't have answered it.
No way.
No Wesley here.
Dr. Wesley, who is his name?
Princess Bride MD.
Oh, Princess Bride MD. Yeah. Oh, so I'm sorry. Sorry.
I like that you're starting to conform now.
I'm not. His name was Lawrence.
It was just a tease. Okay.
The guy on the other end of the phone, when he picks up the phone, he says, I know what you're doing, doctor. And he whispers it, and then he hangs up the phone.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Cryptic. Got it.
Now, Lawrence says that whoever paid him, talking to Adam must be the guy that they put in there. And then he described him as this tall black man with a scar on his neck. And then that's when I realized it was Tap.
Yeah. Danny Glover is the one who
Glover.
hired Adam to creep on Wesley.
Correct. All right. So Lawrence slowly turns around. He said that he was discharged from the police force after Singh was killed because he was having some kind of mental breakdown.
Got a little fucked up.
And then that he just keeps harassing Lawrence. So there we go. So after they stop bickering again, Adam sees that one of the pictures on the ground that he like threw on the ground that was in the bag with all the
intentionally put in the bag with all of Adam's pictures.
Right.
Yeah.
He took a picture off of the ground and he's like, was there anybody else at your house last night other than like your wife and daughter? And he's like, no. So he throws a picture over to Lawrence, and there in the window when he was taking a picture of him was Zepp.
Clear fucking picture of him. Like, it's like he was posing for the picture.
Yeah.
Clear as day.
Okay. So Zepp is watching and he looks a little panicked. I feel like he found like he's been found out.
Yes.
He doesn't like that. And I get that. Okay. So the two guys realize that it's 6:00 already, because at 6:00,
time's up.
They're going to die. All right. So we also see that Lawrence's wife at this exact moment is untying her hands where she's tied by Zepp, and Zepp is getting his gun to kill them.
Yeah. Because basically Wesley had until 6:00 to kill Adam so that he could like break free, I guess.
Yeah.
And he didn't do that at all.
No.
So now they're just in pure panic mode.
So what are they going to do?
Tell us, Courtney. Tell us.
Oh my God. Okay. So do you not have this in your notes? Have your notes stopped?
It stops pretty close to here. Yeah.
Okay. So Zepp puts the phone up to his wife's ear to tell Lawrence that she's going to die. So Allie.
Yeah.
Oh, her name's
Ally. That's our tile vendor
Allie.
at work.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Her name's Allison. He called her Allie on the phone. It's fine.
I put ALLY instead of ALLIE. Okay. Anyways. So I put, okay.
You're getting it. It's fine.
It's bad. I'm just thinking of work. I shouldn't do that.
That's bad. Don't
I
do
know.
that.
Okay. Allie ends up grabbing the gun and pointing it at Zepp.
Mhm.
And then she gets back the phone, talks to Lawrence, and then the daughter distracts her and like says her name. And then all of a sudden, Zepp finds his way into like distraction.
Yeah.
Grabs the gun.
Because I don't know why this girl didn't like shoot him. So like this guy
instead of just
comes
talking
into
to
your
Lawrence,
apartment, attacks your daughter, attacks you, ties you guys up, and is like taunting you, calling your husband. This whole thing is a mind
shoot him
game.
in the fucking
And
head.
now you have his gun. I don't condone shooting, but if you're in the situation and you have the guy's gun, I don't know why she hesitated. Like you're trying to save your kid, right?
Well, maybe she just thought, she's got this under control.
I don't know. But the entire time, like, Wesley's on the other end of this phone because like their cell phone's on the floor and he's hearing all of this shouting and gunshots. The part that I didn't understand or didn't love, I should say, is that like, because they start like fighting each other, Zepp and Allison, and the gun goes off and it wakes up Danny Glover across the street in his apartment.
In another building, but nobody else in the building.
No other neighbors heard it, but Danny Glover across the street heard it and went like running into action.
Yeah.
And his bad detective skills, he like runs in all awkward and he like tries to help and he's shooting, missing every time.
Of course he is.
And then Allison and Diana, the daughter, break free. And then like Danny Glover and like the orderly, what's his name, Zapp, are like
Zapp,
wrestling. Yeah. And like Danny Glover's not very good at this at all.
Well, that's probably why he was discharged from the police force.
Definitely not because of the shit that he went through.
No. I think it was a combination.
He hides from gunfire behind a post that's a third of the size of
Right? I was like, how can nobody get him? And then they're fighting, and then Zepp just like picks up this glass vase from where? Where was that vase at? I don't know.
On the table?
But he like hits Danny Glover in the head, and he's like, oh no. And I'm like, what is happening? How does he just get like smashed by a vase?
Well, that's not worse than the wife pulled a pair of scissors out of like her panty drawer.
Oh yeah. Just this whole fight scene was like, I judged it pretty hard. I was like, what is happening, guys? All of you are better than this. All of you.
Well, are they?
I don't know. But the wife, Allison, and the daughter, Diana, got free.
Yes, they ran out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Zepp ends up running out and basically says that he's going to go kill Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to go find him.
He's got to follow the rules.
So now we're back in the dirty bathroom again. And Lawrence is being shocked and he ends up passing out. And then Adam throws pebbles at him to wake him up. Like pebbles.
He panics a little bit.
But I mean pebbles.
Will
that wake anybody up?
I thought it was kind of sweet.
Was
he
it?
freaked out a little bit.
What?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess whatever. Okay.
Because he's officially at that point, he thought he was like all by himself. That was the first time this entire weird fucked up situation, like he thought he was like all alone.
That's true.
I could see it a little bit, but whatever.
Right. Well, Lawrence ends up losing it. Like once he like comes to, he ends up losing it. Tries to reach for the phone that's ringing on the floor that's out of reach.
Yeah.
And then he ends up taking off his shirt and using it as like a tourniquet
Uh-huh.
around his like leg or ankle area. Cuts his leg off. Cuts his foot off.
But the
Stalls
major problem with that is like the entire
That's not a
time.
major problem.
No, but what makes it worse is this entire time they've been trying to cut through the chains. So you know that blade is dull. You know that like hitting it against shit and trying to saw the chains off their ankle, you know that blade is dull. And that could not have made it better for this shitty situation.
You're right.
Ugh.
Okay.
Nope. I didn't watch this part at all. I didn't watch that.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
I'll take it from here. Okay. So in the meantime.
Oh yeah, my notes are done.
Oh yeah.
They're gone. It's just
No more
blank.
notes?
It's
Okay.
just nothing.
So now you're like Josh.
I'll just close them out at this point.
Oh,
I'll
wow.
just close my computer.
Oh, wow.
and-
Was that a door?
Oh yeah, I'm looking at French doors.
Oh
Right
my
now.
God.
It's irrelevant. Continue.
Sorry. Okay. Okay. So.
Okay.
Aw.
Hi, friend.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, you
So
splash me.
Splashed you with what?
Water from his little beard.
Oh. He's like, I gotta get comfy.
mm-hmm.
That's so cute. All right. So in the meantime, Tap and Zepp are in this struggle in the building that this guy was in before, I guess.
Because after they had their weird fight in the apartment, when Zepp left the apartment to go back to where like the guys were in the girls' bathroom,
Yeah.
Danny Glover chased them. So now they're like in this weird like sewage treatment warehouse place, like underground, like chasing each other, which is where that bathroom is.
Where the dirty bathroom is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now they're like chasing each other and like shooting at each other and still missing each other somehow. And I don't understand how that works.
They're not really good shots, either one of them.
Danny Glover used to be a detective. Shouldn't he know how to use a firearm?
Maybe he just doesn't practice. You know, they have to have certain amount of practice.
A little rusty.
Will we give him that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay. All right. So Tap ends up getting shot and Lawrence cuts his foot off. Then he crawls over to this dead guy in the middle of the room.
You glazed over that very, very quickly.
Sorry. I wanted to get past it.
That's like the iconic part of this entire movie is him sawing his own foot off.
Lawrence takes his handsaw.
That's definitely dull.
And it shows it sawing his foot off of his leg.
To break free from the chain.
Is that good enough?
It's awful.
Okay. It's pretty gross. Okay. So now he like army crawls over to the dead guy in the middle of the room.
What else is he gonna do? Yeah.
They just keep the bloody shirt on his leg to be like, there's no foot there. Don't worry.
Confirmed. Here's proof.
Right. I mean, anyway. Okay. So he army crawls. He puts the bullet that was in this box that he had before. He puts the bullet in the gun that the guy in the middle is holding.
We'll come back to that. I noticed that I'm watching it.
And then he shoots Adam.
Because again, his
rude.
entire thing was to like kill Adam before 6 o'clock and get the fuck up out of there.
Well, but it was past 6 o'clock.
Well, yeah.
We'll get there. Okay.
He thought he was going to get some sort of participation.
He thought that, he didn't see it.
Great effort.
Right. Mm-hmm. We'll give you a little bit of a pass this time. So Zep walks in, goes over to kick Adam to see if he's dead. He doesn't move. And then he tells Lawrence that it's too late and that he's got to die too.
Yeah. It's the rules.
It's the rules. This is how it's got to be.
Yeah.
Then Adam wakes up.
Yeah. Surprise, bitch.
Knocks out the knees from Zep. Knocks him to the ground. And then he ends up beating him with the toilet tank lid. Beats him.
Very strong for a man that's been shot in the shoulder blade.
In the shoulder.
Right. With like 2 hands beating him.
Maybe it was like adrenaline or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
But either way, he like beat the shit out of this guy.
He did.
And killed him with a toilet tank lid.
Toilet tank lid.
That's
a lot.
Till it broke.
Yes. The lid like snapped in half.
Yeah. So, okay. Now, so he's dead.
Yeah.
Adam's still alive.
Still chained to the pipe.
Still chained.
Yeah.
We've got Lawrence, who is loose, but he's about to die.
Yeah, he's missing a foot.
Right.
Yeah.
He's very ill.
So
yeah, he's getting whiter and paler and more ghostly
his
looking.
Rouge is getting darker red and darker red as we're going through. Okay. So we've got those 3 guys in there. And then the dead guy that was originally in the middle, which we'll get to. So Lawrence is like, I'm going to go get help, but I might bleed to death. But don't worry. It'll be fine.
He's telling Adam, I'll crawl through who knows how long this weird warehouse I'm in is.
Do you remember the running of Lawrence?
Right.
No, was it Zep and
and
Tap.
Danny Glover? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he has no idea where they are, first of all, but he's telling Adam, like, I will crawl with my basic dying body to get out of here, and I'll send help back for you because you're still chained to that pipe. But don't worry, I maybe look like I'm dead already, but I'll get out of here, and I'll get us help.
They went down a ladder, too. How's he going to get up that ladder? He's got 1 foot.
There's no way.
With 1 foot.
Right. He does not have the upper body strength, especially in his condition. No way.
No, and he's a doctor. Oh, I mean, he probably doesn't have a whole lot of upper body strength.
I wish they did tell us how far he made it. Like just outside the door, maybe.
Maybe, or maybe not. Oh no, he had to either
past
be in
the
or
door
past
at
it.
least.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll get to that. I know what happens to
there's going to be so many goodies
Oh
you're going to share with us. Hey, wait.
Okay, we're almost there. Okay, so let's see. Adam starts like patting down Zep because he's dead in there, and he finds a recorder. Did he find a recorder?
Yes, he did.
I have that in my notes, but I don't remember him finding a recorder.
He did, in his jacket.
What do you think? You just made that part up?
I don't know.
Like, it would be a great addition to the story.
Well, no, not that he found it in his pocket, but like he found
Courtney's fan fiction that she wrote.
Oh God. Okay. So
And why?
when he listens to what's on the recorder, he realizes that Zepp was only like a puppet in this entire game.
Uh-huh.
He wasn't actually this Jigsaw guy. And then the guy in the middle of the room was the real Jigsaw. He like gets up,
Yeah, just
pulls,
casually.
gets off this prosthetic thing that's on his head that made it look like he was like shot to death.
Mm-hmm.
And then he says that the key to unlock the chain, or to unlock his the chain that he's chained to, is in the tub. He gets up, walks out, and he closes the door.
Yeah, basically
That's it.
Basically, Adam's fucked and is gonna die there.
Yeah.
Game over. Now, did you see that coming? Did you see the dead man in the middle of the
I kind of did.
No,
I was suspicious the entire movie of the dead man in the middle of the room because I was like, weirdly placed. He's like perfectly located, just out of reach of both of them. Like I was suspicious of him the entire movie.
But he was like there for 6 hours.
The
and didn't move.
commitment that Jigsaw had to be motionless and still somehow tase both of them at different points and like have a I mean, the whole thing, I don't know how he orchestrated this entire thing, but like for them not to notice him moving at all, little sketchy, little suspicious of it.
I have explanations.
Tell us everything.
Okay.
So in further sequels,
Okay.
He like Romeo and Juliet that shit. He took medicine that like lowered his heart rate, so he like that's why he wasn't moving.
Interesting.
Oh.
But also, it turns out that he has lots of partners. It gets very convoluted to like the amount of people he had like working with him.
Mm-hmm.
But in part 2, we find out that Amanda, Bear Trap Lady Mouth, she is his apprentice now that she survived.
Damn.
That's how you find out at the end of 2. She locks, I think, Donnie Wahlberg in that same room that they're in the first one, the dirty bathroom.
Yeah.
In there at the end of the second one. And is
this Jigsaw guy like he has all these people working for him, or are they at the same level as him?
Probably working.
No, he has them like working for them.
Okay.
He also has like a cop working for him and stuff. And
then shady.
He like dies in like the 4th one, and then there's 3 more movies after that. Like
weird?
that are still carrying out his wishes even though he's dead. Very weird.
Okay. I mean, I guess it's kind of like a cult, kind of.
Sounds like it a
little bit.
But Dr. Wesley, MD, comes back in the final one, part 7, I think.
Okay.
Because there was 7, and then there was like a couple of years ago they made a movie called Jigsaw, which I think is a prequel.
Mm-hmm.
And they just made this movie called Spiral, which is also a prequel. But in the final Saw movie, I think it's called The Final Chapter, Dr. Wesley MD is like a like victims of Jigsaw like counselor. But then it turns out that he's working for Jigsaw now that he got his foot cut off.
So much trickery.
Jigsaw went out there and found him in the hallway and was like, "Yo, bro, you work for me now."
I'll save your life, but you're going to work for me for the rest of your life.
Let's be partners.
Do you want to be BFFs?
He's like, "You're happy to be alive even though you cut your foot off, so now you work for me."
Be grateful.
Go deep.
Go deep.
Go deep. Be grateful.
Just never know what you're going to get.
Never know.
No.
Okay, well, that was an interesting movie. I feel like I've gotten the gist from you of like all the other ones after.
So we never have to watch them?
I've got my fill. I think I'm good.
Yeah, you don't need to watch them. They're
good.
None of them are like 2 is pretty good, but like none of them are as good as the first one, and like they just get like gorier and gorier to like so you don't think of the convoluted storyline that's going on. They're just like here's a lot of ultra violence, like it's really gross.
And I mean, not that I like it at all, but I understand that like his whole point, Jigsaw, is like follow my instructions. One of you will get out. Like Wesley would have gotten out earlier if he, I guess, just had killed Adam. I don't like the storyline, but I get that they're all trying to figure out different loopholes and not have to actually follow what he's telling them to do.
I get it.
Still don't like it though.
No,
I don't like it.
I'm not interested in watching another one. I'm good.
No.
This was good.
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
I have to pull up what we're watching next. So bear with me a second. I'm very unprepared, like usual.
I do like that class insert though.
Isn't it nice?
That's really nice.
I'm a little.
That's cute.
Thanks. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, we're watching The Conjuring next.
Courtney, you want to
The
sing
Conjuring.
Kids on the Block with me while we wait for Stephanie?
What song do you want to sing?
Oh.
The
Right
right,
The right stuff,
you got the right stuff, baby.
baby.
Okay, I think it's this one.
So
that song's gonna be in my head all.
I know. That's what we usually do. There's usually one song that just kind of gets stuck in our head when we're singing or when we're recording.
Mm-hmm. There's usually a lot of singing that ends up getting cut out of our recordings because it's just doesn't contribute anything.
Nobody wants to hear that shit.
Yeah.
No, we're good.
Yes, we do.
It's usually just Courtney singing. She like immediately starts singing, and then sometimes I'll like hop in with her. But
Yeah.
it's usually you singing.
Harmonize all the time.
That makes it sound like we're decent, and only Courtney.
Oh no, we don't harmonize.
Can you believe that Courtney will not actually let me hear her beautiful singing voice?
No.
She like belts out this singing that's like, okay, this is good, but apparently she's like a good singer, but will never do it, never unleash it.
Come on now.
Nope.
Isn't that some bullshit?
Nope.
That's
Ain't happening.
That's Patreon bonus material right there.
Whoa.
Okay.
$7 tier.
You know what? You're gonna pay me a lot more than that to be on the fucking Patreon.
If we get enough Patreons, it may be worth it. Enough patrons might be worth it.
Maybe.
Brand new $10 tier. Me and
Courtney sings New Kids on the Block.
Oh God. No. Have you watched? I'm sure you've watched The Conjuring. Do you like The Conjuring?
I haven't watched The Conjuring. No, I haven't watched like any of those because I don't really give a shit about ghosts. But
do paranormal ones bother you the least of all scary movies?
Yeah, I just don't like care. But Hereditary, I watched Hereditary. That was pretty fucking good.
Wasn't
that was
that fucking creepy?
That was a rough one.
That stuck with me for a few days.
Me too. I think it was a great movie. Like it was a really good movie, but it definitely lingered with me too. It was fucked up.
Well, I think the whole head decapitation thing, I think that whole started the whole thing of that movie. Like that was
it's weird for me. Like her sawing off her own head didn't bother me as much as her unnaturally being on the ceiling and smashing her face against that attic door at an unnatural speed. That part bothered me more than I think anything else in that movie. Because you only hear her like that thud like hitting noise upstairs in the attic, and then when they pan down, you're like, that's a person. That is a person. Not okay. That was so uncomfortable.
That kid slamming his own face off the desk was pretty fucking intense.
Oh
yes.
Yeah.
Shit.
There was a lot of things in that movie that were just what the fuck,
unnatural.
Yeah.
And just it was a good movie though.
It was a good movie.
Sound
I agree.
effects, that like clicking noise. No,
Ugh.
no, thank you. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like paranormal movies because I think they've got like decent jump scares during them, but they don't like bother me afterwards. Like, like these kind of like Saw.
Oh, so that's what you. Okay. Well, we're not going to do them anymore. We're not going to find any more paranormal movies for you.
Why?
Because.
But you don't even like paranormal ones anyway, so why not?
I don't like them. I do not like paranormal.
You should do, have you seen Hush? Courtney, have you seen Hush? It's on Netflix. It's like a slasher movie, but the main character is deaf, so she can't like hear anything that's happening.
Boy.
And it's, like it's used so like effectively. It's so creepy.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That might have to be added at some point.
Yeah, do it. Totally do it.
Okay. If he's telling us to do it, then we should do it.
Yeah. Guess so.
Yeah.
Thanks, Josh. All right. Do you want to hear what we're watching next week?
Sure.
We are watching The Conjuring.
Okay.
I'm pretending like we didn't talk about it already, Courtney. We gotta like pretend a little bit here.
Sorry. Because all this shit's gonna be cut out. Okay.
Yeah. Or at least parts of it are gonna put in the episode, and parts will be for Patreon. It's
okay.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to hear the IMDb synopsis for it?
Of course.
Okay. Josh is like, fuck this movie. It's fine. Okay, paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren work to help a family terrorized by a dark presence in their farmhouse.
Oh. Okay.
Bum, bum, bum.
Well,
No,
we'll see.
not as much.
Probably not.
Okay. Quick reminders, tipsypod.com is where you should live.
Yes.
No other websites except for FNBNs. But tipsypod.com, you can find all of our merch on there. You can find our Patreon on there. Check out our Patreon.
Please do.
You can find all of our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. Find them all in there.
I love it.
Follow, rate, review, and subscribe. 5 stars.
We got to have people find us. Help people find us.
Don't deprive them of listening to our chaos.
Welcome. Everyone's welcome.
And we want to thank Josh from Four Nerds by Nerds for hanging out with us today. Thank you, Josh.
Oh, thanks for having me. It was so much fun.
We'll have to do this again for sure because it was fun having your you like this movie, so it's fun having your perspective on Saw during this entire process because we didn't like it and you were like, guys, calm down. Not a big deal.
You've got this. You're fine. Take a deep breath.
And can
you want another fun fact?
Yes. Don't deprive us.
The you're doing The Conjuring, you just did Saw. They were directed by the same person.
Oh yeah. James Wan.
Oh my gosh.
Another weird coincidence.
You're just full of it.
If you do Insidious, he also directed that.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Is that part of the same
I think the Insidious and Conjuring are different, but Conjuring and Annabelle.
That's what it is. Okay. I knew it was connected to something.
And there's a couple of different Conjurings too, I think. I think there's like a couple of different series of it. I don't know. Josh, do you want to tell everybody where they can find you?
Yeah, FMBN podcast on Twitter, FMBN, the number 4 and the letter U on Facebook and Instagram. And starting in September, I am starting a horror movie podcast.
Oh yeah, we heard about this.
Oh yeah. We don't know how we feel about that, Josh.
We thought we were friends and now we're competition.
No, we're helping each other.
Okay, we'll remain allies. It's fine. I've been convinced.
That was easy. No, we love you. So I'm sure this is going to be awesome. Give us a little bit.
Tell everybody about it.
Yeah, it's me and Chris from the Geek Peak podcast and Miles from the Disc Dump podcast are making a podcast called High on Horror. Mm-hmm. You can follow it on Twitter and Instagram, H on H Pod. And yeah, we'll just be reviewing horror movies, but we'll also be doing trivia episodes and special game episodes. Miles has a whole bunch of horror movie style D&D type of games that he wants us to play, like role-playing games. So
okay,
yeah, we're gonna be doing a bunch of different things. We'll be doing we were gonna do film comparisons. So the new Candyman reboot is coming out, so we're going to watch that and then do an episode where we compare the original to the remake and see what's the difference and what's better or if it's any good, stuff like that. So
that sounds
we're really
cool.
excited. We did Hereditary is one of our first episodes. That's really
cool. Oh, we'll be listening.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear you guys talk about Hereditary.
Are you just going to be commenting on Hereditary and how you felt about it, or are you comparing it to something else? What are you doing with that one?
No, that one. Yeah, that one's just a regular movie review.
Okay.
I had never seen it, so it was an experience.
Yeah, it's something to watch for sure.
It's good. It's worth the watch regardless if you like scary movies or not. It's
it is
a lot.
Just based on it being a movie alone, it is so well made. The cinematography
agreed.
and the sound is fucking incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, is there a date in September? Or are we just heading for September?
Just September right now.
Okay. That's awesome.
Keeping everybody at the edge of their seats. A suspense. That's what it is. Well, thank you, Josh. We appreciate you hanging out with us for our chaotic banter.
Yeah, this was so amazing. If you want to listen to our podcast and you never have before, start with the 2 episodes that these amazing ladies were on.
Yeah. We played Jeopardy, which was not proud moments of
No,
ours.
no. I feel like we were lackluster, but that's fine.
Mhm.
Well, you are still the current holders of the FMBN movie Jeopardy Championship title belt.
Wait a minute.
What?
Have you played Jeopardy since you played with us?
No, that's why I said you're still currently the holder.
That information is not necessary. It makes
Oh.
me feel very good to know that we are still the title holder.
Sorry. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate the fact that we are still Jeopardy champions.
Even though I think we won by like a miscount, but it's okay. We'll still take it. And
It's fine.
we were happy to be on your show, and we will do it anytime.
Yay.
All right. So everybody check out FNBN and check out our next week's episode on The Conjuring. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.